other vitamins does it have? Vitamin C, vitamin B1. I don't think it should have vitamin D because it's only. That would be sad. Calcium to sodium. What? It doesn't have vitamin D. Well, that just killed everything. Why are they called Sunny D? And the D is like sunny. But then they don't. I get it's orange juice, but they should have capitalized on the vitamin. Probably not then. I don't want to get osteoporosis like my mother. We can't get milk because it'll go bad because our refrigerator is still not fixed. So our freezer is stuffed with stuff because we have to put everything in the freezer. Our block of cheese, our sliced cheese, everything has to go in the freezer. And as a matter of fact, I have to pull out our cheese so we can defrost that.
Please welcome New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay, anyways, we'll add 6. Five or 6 cheeses. We'll see. You know, it's clean. It's frozen. It has a wrapper. Okay, we're cooking chopped cheese, guys. We're waiting for that to defrost. We need our pans. We need the big pan, and I don't know where that went. That big pan I got for the chopped cheese.
6 years ago.
So we got sandwich bread.
As a waitress in New York City.
So yeah.
I didn't have health insurance. My family.
I didn't even notice. There's like 8,000 people in here watching me cook. Hi guys.
After my dad passed away.
Well, I do gaming, I do cooking, and I do makeup lives. There's gonna be a makeup live coming soon. Maybe tomorrow I'll do one. But I have that makeup stuff coming. Thank you for the gifts, Ricky. Thank you for the heart hands. I have that makeup collection coming. It was delayed, but it'll be here on time because you know where it's at. So I can't smell this. We're making chopped cheese. Chopped cheese. Oh, we went down like 2,000. That's sad. I was like talking and then it went down. But I have my makeup thing coming, which I'm really excited for that one. And that comes with lashes in there. Lashes, blush, the makeup palette, the makeup mirror, mascara. Thank you for the gift points. No, I'm not a Trumpy. That's the DNC. The Democratic National Commerce, isn't it? What was I going to say? Republic. No. That's Kamala Harris. That's who that is.
She is as committed to our reproductive and civil rights as she is to taking on corporate greed.
Whoa, that is wild. It literally smells like the Taco Bell seasoning. It legit smells exactly like the Taco Bell taco seasoning. It's okay if 3,000 people left. They probably didn't want to wait for the cooking. We're gonna get started where defrosting our hamburger meat.
We have to help her win. Because we know that Donald Trump would sell this country for $1 if it meant lining his own pockets and greasing the palms of his Wall Street friends. And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a two-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman.
Ooh, she better get him. She ain't playing when it comes to Donald Trump. She just ate him up. Not a two-bit. He's washed up, old, and orange. Thank you for the gift points. That's what she said. Washed up, old, and orange. I'm just kidding.
Working people, everyday Americans like bartenders and factory workers and fast food cashiers who punch a clock and are on their feet all day.
Am I pushing 30? And what does that got to do with it? I don't look 30. But thinking, oh, actually this is a pimple I picked at. That's why I have a scab. Sorry guys, I'm a picker. It wasn't ready to pop, but I just kept.
By saying that I should go back to bartending. But let me tell you, I'm happy
Cheese, chop cheese, chop cheese.
There's nothing wrong with working for a living.
Once this defrosts, we will be cooking chopped cheese. So,
Imagine
yeah, I know people don't want to see me standing here, but sorry.
in the White House on the leaders like Kamala and Tim. But Chicago, just because this choice is clear to us, does not mean that the path will be easy. Over the next 78 days, we will have to pour every ounce, every minute, every moment into making
Water.
history on November
I really needed that. We forgot, because I was unboxing the fryer, and then I went to get my cup, and then I had to make sure all my bills were in order, so yeah. I thought my internet bill didn't get paid, like they didn't take their automatic payment out, but they did. So we're paid, we're all paid. We got 1 minute and 40 some seconds, so it's not that long. This air fryer is, I'm going to see how to make bacon jerky in an air fryer. Yes, because you could dehydrate and it says jerky. Jerky. You know what that means? Homemade jerky. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's hot in here. We need a fan. I'm gonna see if the cooler went on. Yeah, we got 50 seconds. No, that's the smaller pan. We need the bigger pan.
Yeah. In a modest apartment above a nursery school, in a close-knit community where people look out for one another, with a mother who instilled in Kamala Harris the core principles that have defined her life in public service.
It's done.
These
Hold on.
that made her the leader she is today.
I have to move it. We need the big pan.
Yeah. hardworking, middle class, tight-knit community. Families going to church on Sunday, kids playing in the front yard. National Heights with Banana Beach, and we were surrounded by caring adults.
This neighborhood on Bancroft Way, we've spent so much time here. Behind me is where it all began. Her mom, Shamala, rented the apartment that was above the Shelton's nursery. So in
See if you can break up the meat. If not,
girls.
you have to defrost a little bit longer.
Single mom. Life was not easy for them, but she loved her.
So we can transfer the meat.
Her mom told her.
Hold on, guys.
She's the first to do many things, but to make sure that she's not the last.
Yeah.
She's always been that kind of person, a true leader, and very protective of her friends and her family. When Tanya was all of 4 years old,
No, we don't break it up.
they moved out.
We don't break it.
Something with another
We have to smash it flat and let it cook, and then
and this one boy in our class had taken mine for whatever reason and threw it on the ground and it
we're making
shattered.
chopped cheese.
So Kamala,
Hold on, guys.
Some of it's
just
still
jumped in front
frozen
of me and
sometimes.
stood up to him.
Yes, I
To
know.
me, that shows the kind of person that she has always been. To
Just that
stand up
part.
to the bully and to stand up for the underdog and to stand up for what is right.
Kamala carries the lessons
Is
of
it
our
still
mother,
frozen?
the fighting
Kind of.
spirit of our mother.
Put it in there
the
for another 10 minutes.
compassion. And I have seen
Put
it
it on
over
time
and over
for us.
again in our growing up.
Right there.
When we were in high school, my sister's
Oh,
friend
that's, I made it that second.
was
Wait,
being
hold on.
molested by
Yes, I know, Mom, I know.
and
Wait, hold
Kamala
on.
just
You
jumped
have to
in.
scoot over.
She wanted her to come
I don't have no
with
room.
us, and mommy just
Ouch.
jumped in. That is something
Hot water.
herself from standing up for people and standing
No, the toilet paper. You have to put that in there.
is what led
You
her
have to put that in
to be
there.
a prosecutor.
Mom, it's okay.
Now, I would say it was her
Sorry, guys. We have to defrost it again. It's frozen.
That's how much cheese.
Please welcome Stacy Johnson.
We're gonna chop it into our meat. I might use 5 or 6. Put that in there.
Good evening. I am Stacy Johnson Batiste, and this is my mom, Doris Johnson.
Says the person sharing revenge corn. Wonderful.
Excited and honored to
I don't know why people come in here and be hateful and then they say that. They make that username, but then they're sharing revenge corn. Like, what? That's not even me.
We hit it off immediately.
That's my face on someone else's body.
Each other's very
That's
first.
and that's what everyone is calling that one person out
Also became
for sharing that video of James Charles. And yet again, another person got their stuff leaked.
1966 Mustang, and Kamala's mom, Shamala, was sitting in the front with me, and Kamala, Maya, and Stacy.
I'm gonna put that in there. I hear the guns echo. No, it's not me. It's my face on somebody else's
my
body.
mom still has that Mustang. Kamala and I both get
Thank you for following.
from our mothers. Kamala has always been a protector. One day at school, we made clay art projects during story time when they were outside on tables to dry. For whatever reason, a boy in our class took mine, threw it on the ground, and it shattered. Kamala jumped in between him and me and said something that made him so mad, he picked up a rock or something and hit her on the head. Blood came streaming down. The school called Shamala.
I think that's her sister.
To come take her to the hospital. The stitches she got left a scar over one of her eyes. She still has it. That's the kind of
I'm
person
sorry, guys, we
Kamala
gotta
has
wait.
always been.
We have to defrost it because it's still frozen, and we need to smash it flat to cook it before
to
we
take
can
up
cook.
for the underdog and to stand up to bullies. I have seen it time and again, whether the bully is an individual, a gang, or a corporation.
It's not cooking.
She fights for all of
Some of
us.
it might be cooking.
Before
You
we
can
go,
take
I
out
know my
whatever
mom has
done
one more
and
thing to
put the
say.
rest back.
Kamala, your mom would be so proud of you.
No. We gotta let it cook.
No. Scrape off whatever's defrosted and put the frozen back. You want me to go do it?
Well, I guess I'll do it.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
Put the pan over there.
No, we're putting it. Mom, we're just gonna separate the meat.
Huh?
We're separating and leaving so we can cook it.
The one that's not frozen so it doesn't cook on.
Yes, I know that.
Okay, well, if it cooks, you're gonna be able to smash it.
This part is frozen. This part is not. It's cooked. This part is okay. This part is the part that's not cooked. I think we can use one. I think one will be good enough. One will be good enough.
One is good enough? You think we're gonna get enough sandwiches?
Yeah. We're only making 3.
That's not a whole one. You gotta.
Well, we gotta put it back. Wait, let me. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hold on, guys. Oh, wait, you gotta hold back. That has to cook. I took it out of the pound of meat. We need that.
Yeah, don't you need a whole pound?
Yeah, this has got to defrost.
Take a little bit of the cooked one.
That's not going to be a whole pound.
This is part of that pound over there. You need it, don't you?
That's part of that.
It's added over there.
That's not. That's a part of that.
I'm gonna put it over there because it's frozen.
It's.
I'm telling you, there.
That's still frozen. You're not listening. That's frozen. You still have to take that.
There.
Put that in the bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this away.
That's not. We need to defrost that. I don't know what you're doing.
That's part of your 1 pound. There you go. That's a whole pound.
Oh, well.
You're the one that wasn't listening.
I didn't need you to take them. The other ones were okay. Can you scoot over to wash my hands?
I'm trying to get this in there.
Democracy's champion at home and abroad. He brought dignity,
Okay, go ahead.
decency, and confidence back to the White House.
Oh, Lord. Let me wash my hands. We use raw meat. Wash your hands. Yes, Mom, I know you're not going to be eating soap. My mom thinks she's going to eat soap because one time she washed and she didn't rinse it good enough and she ate soap.
My mother Dorothy was born right here in Chicago, so women have the right to vote.
We could just put that in there.
140 years ago.
Okay. Now,
Think about it.
get our meat. Turn this on. We're gonna turn this on high for a minute while it
To
heats up.
ratify the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. The state legislature was deadlocked until one lawmaker's mother, a widow who read 3 newspapers a day, a letter to her son. No more delays, she wrote.
Show them the
Give us
meat.
the vote. And since that
It's just
day, 1972, a fearless black congresswoman named Shirley Chisholm.
That's how you flatten it down.
You just flatten it like that.
She ran for president.
So you flatten your meat and then you cook it like that, and then you're going to chop it.
Of others. Dream bigger, not just because of who she was, but because
I didn't buy it so our pizza could cook better. I bought it because we can't cook nothing. We're limited.
the least in the
We
world.
needed that because if not, we couldn't cook a lot of
I
stuff.
brought my daughter
But I'm
to
telling him that because I know it is.
the first woman nominated.
Told them that so it sounded like shit. Can you stop acting like we don't need these purchases? Everybody needs an air fryer, okay? Get one. Jeez, man.
Of my wife to accept our party's nomination for president.
I needed it because I'm tired of not being able to cook nothing. Or heat up anything. Because the pizza that I cook is not made for the microwave. It's made for the air fryer or the oven.
Where there are no ceilings on our dreams.
Okay. Hold on, I need to get my other device.
Afterwards, we refuse to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I've never liked Hillary Clinton, but okay.
I wish my mother and
No, it's a $400 camping tablet that you can slam it and it'll still be good. It's heavy duty. I got this for $99, I believe, at the thrift store. So yeah. But they sell this for $399, almost $400 on Amazon. But I got it for a good price, so.
families building better lives, parents stretching to afford childcare, young
There's like, okay, this chopped cheese.
to pay the
Please
rent.
welcome
They're all
President
asking
Ronald Reagan.
us to keep
Cheers, bro.
Developing. For the seasonings, we're going with some of my all-purpose. Put that bite on your sandwich.
Our onions are already chopped because we bought pre-chopped onions because we needed to freeze them. And they're frozen onions, so.
We're going to season the tomato with AP seasoning. Because if you don't season your tomato, I don't want to eat at your house. This is a nice.
We got lettuce too, pre-lettuce.
Alright guys, what I love most about this recipe is one, it's delicious, but in the other direction you get undone. I don't want a hot skillet, and I'm going to use my hands to really smash this down, almost like an enormous smash burger. The reason we're doing that is because we want to get some crust, which is going to equal flavor and texture for our meat. Go ahead and smash it down like so. Don't worry guys, the seasoning's coming. Don't turn off the channel yet. But we want to get some color going. Alright, so at this point you just want to heat to do its thing, get that crust developing. For the seasonings, we're going with some of my all-purpose seasoning to cover our bases, and 1 packet of sea salt.
Okay, so we're gonna add our seasonings, guys. All-purpose salt, all-purpose like seasoning. I think he said sea salt, but I didn't get that because we couldn't have it shipped. But there was a guy that made this without seasonings, but we need seasonings, so yes, add seasonings. I don't know, sea salt? He didn't say sea salt. It sounded like he said sea salt. Anyways, we are going to add our all-purpose seasoning, which is one of the things that he used, all-purpose seasoning, for everything. It's Blackstone all-purpose seasoning. We're going to put it on the top, so we don't need salt, pepper, because it's all-purpose. Really gonna put that. I hope I didn't put too much. You know what? I don't have my thing. Okay. There's the seasoning on top. It's gonna develop the crust.
The first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions.
We're gonna let that cook. Then we're gonna chop it up. It's not a lot. You can never have too much seasonings. I mean, if it's too spicy, it's not spicy though, but it does have chili pepper. I just sprinkled it on top. We're gonna chop it up. So, well, it has chili pepper. He did say sea salt. I don't know what sea salt is. Don't ask me. I wouldn't know.
I know what it takes, but I can tell you, as commander in chief,
Some of my all-purpose seasoning to cover our bases, and 1 packet of sea salt.
Okay, now here comes the part of the chopping, because we have to chop it. Chopped cheese. That's what we're making, a chopped cheese sandwich.
love letters to dictators.
We are making chopped cheese and homemade fries. So we need to get our potatoes ready.
America from enemy.
I might have to move the air fryer so we can get our other stuff ready. Smells good. It literally smells like the taco meat.
Cares about America. Donald only cares about himself.
Okay, so wait right here.
On her first day in court,
We need to get the potatoes chopped. We need to get the potatoes. Potatoes!
That is something that
You just want
Donald
to
Trump
get the
will never understand. So it is no surprise that he is lying about Kamala's record.
Well,
He's mocking.
never mind, guys. I'm not yelling, she's hard of hearing. Well,
But we have
I guess we're not making fries. It's okay. We're tired anyways. I'm tired. It's okay. We could eat it with potato chips. It'll be just good. Am I hard of hearing? No, but I talk loud because when I was in middle school, my mom didn't have hearing aids either then. When she finally got her hearing aids, she was able to hear. But I've been used to talking loud.
Really, at this point, you just want to brown your ground beef, make sure it seasons to taste. And then the star of the show, which is this American cheese, is going to get added once we combine it.
We're browning our ground beef, which is almost brown. It's almost brown. Some of it's still kind of pink.
Alright guys, so at this point we've seasoned everything to taste. I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat and add in this American cheese. Just let the residual heat in there melt this cheese. This is enough for probably 3 sandwiches.
Okay, we're gonna have to move the meat and then cook the onions and then add the onions into our sandwich. And I'm gonna have to see how to toast our bread in this.
You can cover that with a lid or aluminum foil. Just let the steam melt the cheese. Alright, next up for the
Oh, okay, I thought I would stop.
roll here. We're gonna toast it on both sides. First from the bottom side so it holds up. For our nice greasy sub that we're making, or hoagie, hero, whatever you want to call it. A little butter, because butter makes everything better. And after that, we're just gonna open it up and toast the inside too a little bit. Just get it kind of moving around in that butter. Real light toast, guys. You don't have to make it super crispy. You don't want to break it too.
It doesn't come up from my air fryer. Well,
now it's time to dress up our chopped cheese and go on a little mayo on both sides. Why the hell not? We're here for a good
it doesn't say on the thing that I can toast breads.
and nobody wants a dry sandwich. So,
And you know what?
going down with the mayo
On the
first.
other side of that glass ceiling is Kamala
Smells real good.
Then we're gonna hit it with a little ketchup.
It does, because of that seasoning. You're gonna look. We should try that seasoning for our chicken.
Then we're going down.
Now that's gonna taste good.
That smells real good, Tophiachu.
Yeah, I like this seasoning. We're gonna have to use this again. Well, I mean, obviously we have a bunch of it. We're gonna use this for everything.
Looks like we missed a little seasoning on that, huh?
I don't know how we're gonna toast this. It doesn't show how to toast it. Our bread.
Are you sure it's fine?
Yeah.
I think it's on.
It's on. It's on medium.
Don't get distracted or complacent.
Just a little more ketchup before the wrap.
Be proud champion.
So one of the most important parts of the deli
Give me the
sandwich is
clamp.
wrap. So we're gonna wrap it real
The
tight
knife?
here,
No.
like a nice
There.
present.
Oh, the handle.
Yes. I don't know why I'm working without it.
Just let that hang out for a minute or two to kind of steam. Just let all the
Yeah, I wish they could smell it.
marry right in there in that sandwich.
Okay.
Be patient. That's an important step right there. All right,
It
guys.
smells like if we were cooking tacos. It smells kind of like the tacos. I got this one specifically because it's like, okay, that's what the meat looks like. It's brown. So now we're gonna turn the stove off like he says.
This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is get in here for the taste test. But
It's still Hillary
please
Clinton.
take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell for different notifications as well. Alright, folks, time for the truth.
Anyone know how to toast your sandwich in an air fryer? Can you do it with this air fryer? I don't know.
We all stand on the shoulders of Hillary Clinton.
I don't think we need that much cheese. I'll just add 5.
Second, are you ready to join this fight yet? Okay, that's the answer I was looking for. So I want you to
It's
text
falling apart because it's all frozen.
330 and get involved. Now, what does fighting for the people exactly look like? Let's go back to
Sorry, we have to freeze all of our stuff because our stove is still not fixed. I mean our refrigerator.
It's devastated American families, and the big banks had forced Californians out of
Then we're gonna have to transfer it and cook our onions.
stood up to those banks, and she secured a $20 billion settlement for California families.
That's the last one. Let me open it.
Is fighting for the people. And that
Because we're not going to use the other one.
knows all
5 is good enough.
Please welcome the fearless fighter
You got enough?
of North Carolina, Congressman Jim Clyburn.
Remember how we like it real cheesy?
Yeah, 5 cheeses is enough. Cheeses. 5 cheeses is enough. Okay.
Thank you.
So let me cover it.
Thank you.
We need the big pan.
Thank you.
I mean pot. Okay.
4 years ago,
Here, let me see.
It's not gonna work.
There might be a...
experiencing high anxiety
We don't have. It's in storage, I think.
uncertainties. A then the virus reigns, schools closed, businesses shuttered. Donald
Here.
Trump mismanaged the crisis from day one, looking out for himself instead of the country.
I know we have another one.
There's the bread, since I found it.
Okay, put that down there.
By elected new leaders.
Ooh, this is gonna be.
Thanks to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris,
I should just film the show.
reopened our schools.
I keep hearing that Lemonade song and it's getting annoying.
Restored our faith in the American
I keep hearing that a lot and I'm getting annoyed with it. I should have just flung my shoulder. I'm just like, what the heck?
reduced the price
It's
of prescription
annoying.
drugs, repaired roads and bridges, and replaced.
You say I'm annoying, but you're here watching me cook.
Thanks to Joe and Kamala.
Clearly, I'm not annoying.
Honored our heroes in uniform and expanded
Not all
benefits
heroes wear
to
capes.
1 million veterans. Thanks to Joe
Same
and
skillet,
Kamala.
hit that with a little all-purpose seasoning as well. Let those saute while we finish up our ground beef on the other side.
I should have just
They
flung
start
my
to mix
shoulder.
together a little bit. Who the hell cares? 'Cause it's all going on the same sandwich. Really, at this point, let's say roughly 1.5 to 2 slices of cheese per sandwich. If you got any sense. You can cover that with a lid or aluminum foil. Just let the steam melt the cheese.
Decisions he made.
All right,
I
next
think
up
we
with the
need
bread,
one more
guys.
slice
We
of
got
cheese.
A nice hoagie roll here. We're gonna toast it on both sides. First on the bottom side.
He added 6, so I'm just gonna add 6.
I also said that we offer for some of our experience.
She wore army pants and flip flops, so I wore army pants and flip flops.
I wrote,
We better do that one.
all my
Yeah,
experiences
he had 6.
have not been pleasant.
We'll wait for that one to melt and then we'll
To be better.
do the rest.
So has
All right,
been
next
the
up for the
case
bread, guys, we got
with
a
Kamala.
nice hoagie roll
Her
here. We're gonna
experience
toast it on both
prepared
sides.
her for this
First on the
moment.
bottom.
We're gonna toast our bread. We're gonna cut our tomatoes. Sadly, he said he won't show up to people's house if they don't season their tomatoes.
Makes everything
I'm
better.
not seasoning my tomatoes.
Vice President who gets
I didn't know you had to.
And after that, we're just gonna.
It's that same seasoning we couldn't get because we had to wait for it to be shipped, and I'm not waiting. I couldn't ship it anyways either.
Real light toast, guys. You don't have to make it super crispy. You don't want to break it.
No, I don't have a house, and so anyways.
has been looking out for himself and his billionaire buddies. Kamala has been fighting
Now it's time to
lower
dress up
costs for
our
all
chopped cheese. We're
Americans.
going a little mayo on
And
both
while
sides.
Trump
Why the hell not?
What do you have to
He's
do?
here
Wait
this
for it
time
to
out.
melt?
Yeah, and I need to turn that on because we
Is
need
it
to.
melting?
Yeah, I added another slice of cheese, so we have to wait.
Mayo the mayo first.
Kamala has been offering the American people enlightened proposals and visionary leadership.
Why the hell not? Yeah, we're just gonna open it
Then we're
up,
gonna have to
toast
cook
it
the
inside
onions.
A little bit. Let's get it kind of moving around in that butter.
And guidance. A second Corinthians
Real light toast, guys. You don't
I don't know if we could toast it in here. We'll just toast the bread on the pan.
Yet not
We can toast it in there. It's quicker. Or I don't know.
I don't know how to toast it, and I'm not gonna try to look
It
it
doesn't
up.
have bread directions. Where's the directions? I'll read them while you do that.
It doesn't have, because it doesn't toast. It's just the air fryer. Doesn't toast. That's what you need. This isn't what you need.
And justice for all will not falter. We will continue our march toward a more perfect union. United in our common purpose.
I don't want to have to look and see how to toast it because it's still and we're almost done. I gotta pull this pan down because we gotta saute our onions. Now cooked onions, seasoned cooked onions, I can eat them. I forgot about that. I'm like, I could just cook my onions at home because I eat them when I eat the patty melt, and they're really good. So. Okay.
Jeff, hey, I'm
You
here
need to turn this off.
Let it hang out for a minute or two, kind of steam. Just let all those flavors come together and marry right in there in that sandwich.
Michigan a few months
Be patient,
ago
that's
when
important
Joe
stuff right
Biden
there.
was still
All right, guys,
the
it's been a
candidate
few
in
minutes.
this race. And so,
Time to go
Alec,
ahead and
I
get
wanted
this
to start
cut.
asking you, how have things changed on the ground in Michigan?
Yeah, well,
Look at that.
We're gonna have to let our sandwich sit for a minute before we eat it too.
Change hands from President Biden to Vice President
Now I know people are gonna eat it right away, but
almost an overflow of students
Yeah.
messaging me personally, whether it's, incoming freshmen at the University of Michigan or people who are about to enter their senior year telling me, how can I get involved? What can I do to help the campaign?
Just one much
Not
older.
force call phones and
Now I'm
I
gonna
mean, frankly,
see
as
it.
far as I know, I don't think I've ever
Help
seen
me.
people get, this excited, looking forward this much to the
I should
semester
just
when
one
it's
much
still,
older.
still kind of the middle of the summer. So, I'm getting a ton of enthusiasm.
And so before that, you were telling me that you and other people were trying to organize
Show you?
voters, right?
Hold
You're
on,
having
wait.
trouble
I'm not
getting
done yet.
voters, to sign up and volunteer, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it's a fair assessment to say with President Biden as the presumptive nominee, with the age issue especially, it was hard to get students motivated. But now that it's switched over to Harris, people are more fired up than at least I think I've seen in my conscious life.
Are any of the young
Okay.
people that are signing up, have they
Good.
the first time they're really getting involved? I mean, were they maybe not going to vote at first, and now they're deciding they are going to vote?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had many students. I mean, we have plenty of first-time voters coming to campus as well. People were turning 18, even some I know days before election day. They're very much excited. They're very much enthusiastic to get into it.
And one of the elements in Michigan when it comes to some of the voters is also the uncommitted movement. And some of them are warning that they think that Harris still hasn't done enough to win their vote. What are you hearing from people your age about the Israel-Hamas war and the issues there and what they want to hear from Harris?
Yeah, I mean, I think, dialogue is really the only solution. There's, we have meetings on campus every week. We've had meetings in the past semester.
Hold on, guys.
before
I'm
the
transferring
summer
the
about
meat so we can get the
and we've invited students
onions started. We need to get that started.
having discussions. And I think it's really been productive. But of course, at the same time, I think we really have to remember that there are multiple issues at stake here in this election, and especially with as big of a tent we have at the Democratic Party. There's, whether it's climate change, whether it's defending democracy, we have issues all across the spectrum that are motivating people.
Thank you, Alec. Well, Jeff, you heard it, that Alec said that previously it was a lot harder to get young voters to even volunteer, and that now
Delicious.
they're getting
This
a lot of
is
attention,
chopped
on their
cheese.
campus at University of
Obviously,
Michigan.
it's called chopped cheese because you take your sliced cheese and you chop it. Now we're gonna saute our onions, so we're gonna put that in the pan with our sauce. Well, you know, the hamburger meat and whatever's in there. Then I'm going to season it because I'm going to put the all-purpose seasoning on top. So, yeah.
We know there are more delegates to a Democratic convention than there are to a Republican convention, and they were making a lot of noise in Milwaukee. I think it's fair to say there's even more of it tonight. I think you are seeing, I mean, we know this is the night to say thank you to Joe Biden for the gesture that he made to take himself
It says put
running for re-election. We're going to hear from him in a little
how many
bit.
onions?
I think you are watching the launch of what's going to be a fired up campaign. I mean,
It said like 2 tablespoons or something, but
what the audience is seeing a little bit of is these very negative videos zeroing in on Donald Trump.
I'm just going to add
picture
some.
of a president who is convicted felon, and the rest of it, even talking about his accusations about sexual abuse. It's been tough. But a lot of it, and we just heard this from Hillary Clinton.
Oh no.
Is pointing a finger at what Kamala Harris can represent. By the way, Hillary Clinton, the fact that she's even here 8 years after she beat Donald Trump in the popular vote, what, by 2 percentage points?
Hold on, you guys.
There. I think you're seeing an energetic kickoff of this campaign. To your thoughts on
Onions.
that moment.
Uncooked onions. I don't like uncooked onions.
Harris come out earlier and the room absolutely erupted. It was a sustained standing ovation.
You. Sorry.
Everyone in this room.
Yeah, I have it on high,
Clear
but
connective tissue being
okay. Now we're gonna add our seasonings.
Legacy of President Biden. We're going to hear from him. Just went back to her campaign.
So here we're gonna put our seasonings on it.
Reflect on those remarks for a moment and how they went over here.
You have to add more to this?
I mean, I don't know what
Oh, for the onions.
Yeah.
But
You need oil to...
No, we're using the. No. You're supposed to cook it with the meat, remember? But we couldn't because he don't like onions.
Vice presidential nominee from Hillary Clinton herself 8 years ago, but she said finally the future is now.
Okay.
Now it's time. Let's go fight. Let's go win this.
Now we're going to cook it in this hamburger
It's fair to say there's still a number of Americans
stuff.
who are conflicted about whether they're going to vote for a woman in 2020.
It doesn't actually say we're gonna have to learn this. So you're just gonna toast it on the stove.
Yeah, I told you because we don't have to.
It's an interesting point because it strikes me that the speaker lineup tonight in particular really reflects a generation
We're gonna have to cut our tomatoes and stuff.
down.
Just cut tomatoes.
Gender, and even in terms of race. We didn't see it in prime time, but Jesse Jackson opened this convention.
I don't know how to saute onions, so we're gonna have to look that up.
He didn't speak.
Hold on just a second.
Democratic nomination back in 1984. Your great point about Hillary.
How to saute onions.
Kamala Harris doesn't really speak openly.
I want to see how they cook.
In many ways, you could argue
How long they cook for.
there are so many other
I don't know. I've never cooked onions.
Absolutely, and you all talked about this earlier tonight. This is a convention where you're seeing the whole of the Democratic Party.
Already turned it to medium.
How long do you cook the onions for?
I'm looking that up.
You didn't see, it was as if it was, and I think one of you said this is the party of Trump, and you said it's not the party, the Republican Party that we've come to see at a convention. This is a convention celebrating what Democrats stand for.
Ooh, these look
bringing Democrats
these
together,
look good.
the history of what the party stands for. They're not turning away from it, which is what you saw in the
You just put it in a pan and now you know how to saute onions? Lady. Well, I guess that's what we do, guys.
H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, who's still alive and who didn't show up at that convention.
But I don't know how they cook till they're brown? I want my onions really cooked, not brown. Because I don't really like onions.
And Jonathan, that unity.
And I think I put too much onions. We didn't even need that
The
much.
Republicans have got right in there. The Democrats unified against Republican voting.
I didn't need that much onions.
I like a lot of onions, so it's okay. Get that bowl that's back there. So we can put some meat for your brother without onions.
No, we're just gonna mix it with our sandwich. We can use
Put
this.
the onions on top of the sandwich.
We can use this to mix our meat with the onions.
How do you do that perfectly each time? Well, I'm going to show you how. Let's get to it.
We're not adding it to that. We'll just mix it.
Do it over medium.
What's interesting about this convention, and I mentioned this in Milwaukee,
A little bit.
that
Think about
I found it
first
interesting at
stage
the
when the onions are
Republican
sweating,
convention. It's the
burn
first
down
time
that heat.
I've been in a hall and not heard we Republicans
And
believe,
yeah,
or
nice.
we the Republican Party, or the Republican Party stands for this.
They're ready
And
for
here in Chicago,
They're almost done, guys. These are almost done.
They should be done.
They're almost done.
you've had
That's it. That's how
Senator
you sauce
Clinton came
it.
out and
It's not
talked
too
about
hard.
the
You're
we
going to watch the heat. That's
Democrats.
the main thing
It
when
is
it
this
comes to
thing where
saucing.
it's
You
not
don't want to
about
brown
any
them
one
or
person.
get them
It is
too crispy on
about
the outside.
Almost, just a little bit more cooked.
Really got to be a chance for. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. New every Tuesday and Thursday. So please click that subscribe button or just drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time.
Democrats stand for, what the Democrats want to push for.
Okay, we can turn it off now because technically, okay. I didn't need no recipe. I just did it on my own. I just eyeballed this stuff.
On this very first night is, we are, thank you Joe Biden, you did a wonderful thing. We are now.
There's something that you guys have to use are your eyeballs. Okay.
Come together and we must elect them. The fight is on.
But let me show you what they look like. You want them till they have like a brown crisp on them? Is what he said? Yeah, brown crisp. It does. Wait, I'm gonna show them. Hold on.
That hates the two parties.
Let me.
People are fleeing from the two parties in droves. The number of independents is going up. People want something different. 59% say the country's headed in the wrong direction. Maybe it's higher. So
Okay.
But a huge number.
We sauteed our onions. Yeah. It's not burnt. We couldn't cook it with the meat because some people don't like onions. I will eat cooked onions.
This is going to sort of represent something new.
I can stand cooked onions. What I can't stand is
we're just fine.
Raw onions.
And we're going to take all the Democrats you've ever heard of, and they're just going to line up and they're going to speak it all out. And we love it.
Okay.
Of course they do. At conventions, people
Now,
but if it's
put
in a
that.
country where people are souring on the two parties, then it's
We need a.
Now let me make a counter argument to what I just said, just to close.
So you can't come back.
That's one say. People really want change, or they don't want to see the same.
Now we toast the bread, I guess.
Another thing,
How are we gonna toast it?
Huh? Put that pan on top of the meat. The onions.
No, give me the bowl. We need a pan to toast the.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Let's
Put
get
that
back
up
to
there.
generic Democrats. And we had it in 2022, we had it in 2020, just generic Democrat, the Democrat that everybody sort of agrees with, and that's our anti-Trump wall. So that would be the case for doing what they're doing. But
Try and see if you can use that.
Maybe don't run up your whole.
Okay, I'm gonna bread we're using, guys. It is wheat sub rolls. It's a 6 count of wheat sub rolls. Okay, this is the bread that I got, sandwich bread.
That's not the bread I buy.
That's what they had.
I hope we don't have to cut it.
No, it's already cut, Mom. It's already cut. We might have to. Oh, I know what you're saying.
Okay, good.
It's a new generation. They're not 20-year-olds, but 20-some years younger than President Biden. It is a different generation.
And I'll just go up to do it with a knife.
Yeah, give me a.
It's right up there.
She's really only begun to fill in just the outline.
Not all the way.
I know that, Mom.
What she wants to say.
Hold on, calm down.
That's what we're
You
already
gotta
listening to hear.
get it open so you can flatten your bread.
So, fair amount of filling in to do, and there's an interesting debate going on right now among strategists
I already did.
about how much she ought to say. It may be in her interest to say as little as possible.
You cut it open.
And the question is how much the voter's going to demand or expect.
That'll work. You just press it down and have it on the stove.
Definitely turning the page.
Hey, we may need.
It's the Democratic Party, but
Put it on the
it's going to
stove.
be the party that
Well, are we gonna toast it like that, or?
take it
Well,
if they are elected, and we don't know. There's a big
Is it on?
behind that door.
no, it's off.
About that generational shift. Can we
Gotta
talk
put it
about
on medium.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is what?
Can get that
30?
stuff.
I'm not inactive, TikTok.
15 years younger than Joe.
Wait,
But who the elevation?
wait. I have to do my or my light's gonna go off.
Populism and pragmatism, and blend protest and power. And she got.
They're saying it's saying no internet connection.
When she took the stage tonight. I mean, John, you think of her just.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, it said no internet connection.
Brand of politician that I find fascinating in this regard. She was someone who was out there on the barricades, protesting. She
Give me a
ran
plate.
against an entrenched congressional Democratic veteran that she.
Can you give me a
got tired
plate,
of it and
please?
Decided to just go and run.
Can you give me a plate, please?
I think she said in her speech she was surprised.
A plate.
She won, and if there's a video of her finding out, watching the
Please.
video that she had won the race.
You have to press the bread
to her
down.
surprise.
Yes, I
What I
know.
find
Not,
fascinating is that she was then able to take that protesters'
It's on medium.
energy and then translate it into legislative.
So we could put our bread on our
Not everyone
plates.
who goes from the streets to the halls of power make it. You look at outgoing Congressman Cory Bush, outgoing Congressman Jamal Bowman.
And I like this sandwich because it's ketchup. Yeah, you know I love a lot of ketchup on
When it
everything.
browns, turn it over and brown the other side.
She did the work. The first 2 years she was all over the place. She gets reelected, and then you almost didn't see her again because she would put her head down and she did the work, and she found herself some mentors in the Democratic caucus who were willing to work with her,
brown?
and she was willing to listen to them.
No, we're just toasting it.
I mean, did it toast on that side?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty toasted.
But also someone who has
Hey.
legislative track record.
Ooh, chopped
This
cheese.
is what I've done.
Get the tomato out.
For all the leaders.
Tomato and
More
lettuce.
senior ranks among the caucus, of course, we saw Congressman Clyburn
Please.
and Raskin and of course Clinton.
Okay.
Rising stars of the party.
Take out 2 more breads and put the other one.
One of the more vocal backers.
Or we could have cut 2 out right away.
Ooh, that's no good. I mean, it'll work still. We could still use it.
Many viral moments. Thanks to her comments on the floor and in committee. Hillary Clinton for a second, because I thought what is really fascinating is we're having this conversation about forwards, backwards, the party changing up.
Okay, this is kind of toasted.
The last time I was here for convention, it's 1996. Hillary Clinton is here, of course, as the first lady. Thinking through what the Clinton administration was boasting about as they went into that re-election.
Off camera,
Talk about any of that.
because yeah, we don't want TikTok to see that.
There was the
But
don't ask, don't tell. There
bread getting ready to be toasted.
What there was for. None of those things could make anyone in this room happy. Right? No one could promote that. 20 years later, she goes and gets the nomination, distancing herself from much of that. And now here she is, just 8 years later, pushing another woman forward to the job that
Blah,
she
blah,
came
blah,
this close
blah, blah.
to getting.
I don't
So
like
she
Hillary
just-
Clinton.
I find her just as a sort of a fascinating
We're cooking chopped cheese.
example of a party that
We
has
sauteed our onions.
stayed with it.
For those of you who just joined, we're cooking chopped cheese.
As we know,
Here's our sauteed onions.
who are now
Delicious.
moving into Republicans, those people
We
small town rural America,
smashed our hamburger meat
over to Republicans.
and we added. There's a recipe that doesn't call for any seasonings, but I just use this one.
About
all Blackstone all-purpose seasoning. So, black all-purpose seasoning. No, I didn't use butter and I didn't cook with anything. So, and actually, that's non-stick. That's a non-stick pan. So you don't even have to use the pan that I'm using is non-stick. So you don't have to use any oils, any butter, anything because it's non-stick. So we put the all-purpose seasoning. Then we sauteed our onions and put all-purpose seasoning on our onions. So yeah.
Satan. Nancy Pelosi, we haven't seen her yet. We'll see her later this week. Certainly, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, like demonized, and they're doing it now to Kamala Harris. I mean, the language former President Trump is using to describe her in the last
I'm gonna cut the tomatoes, and what happens? Cuts it all messed up.
How women in particular have been, frankly, characterized in a really ugly way by the other
Sorry guys, I'm trying to flip this bread here.
I think about Republican women. I think of Elizabeth Dole, who ran for president in the 90s and other. I don't remember the opposite.
Well, you can't have one cooking without a little mess up. What's a little mess up that don't hurt? I burnt it a little black in the middle. It's a little black in the middle. It's okay. We got one more bread.
The question still remains, in 2024, is America ready or elect a woman president?
Hillary Clinton would say, I did get the most popular votes. It's just that doesn't count in our electoral system, which is increasingly moving in the Republican direction.
Does Kamala Harris, though, benefit from this?
It's not that bad.
You walk out there and look over there.
Okay.
Don't put the bread on. Just go do that.
I need it. Mom.
And they are really
Cook the bread then.
Huh?
Cook this one.
I can't watch on it.
Cook it.
Huh?
Cook it.
Exactly found that perfect message, but they seem to be
cook this.
Yes.
As much as possible to Biden.
I'm sorry, I thought you didn't hear. I'll be back, guys.
Just go.
The economy, what's happened on the border as Biden, and then basically called her just too liberal. Much more liberal than Biden, so that she's going to take the country, if she does take it in a different direction than Biden, it's going to be much more to the left. But as we've discussed over and over again, even though the messaging from the campaign has been focused, the ads go right at that.
I told her to cook it, she's like, yeah, and then she didn't cook it.
I think what's also really important is that, Trump is very well defined, and she's not.
You didn't do what I told you to
This
do.
election is about.
It's okay, we got it. Not a big deal. What we don't got is this camera that I have to clean. Because you guys are blurred.
We're at a point now in the program where David, this is a great chance to bring you in on this because
I'm sorry guys, I turned you off. Oh, it's the lighting.
This one issue will continue to be in this upcoming election.
I think, or it might be my screen protector thing. We are cooking chopped cheese, getting all of our stuff. We sauteed our onions. Sauteed onions. We seasoned our meat with sliced cheese. We added sliced cheese and we chopped it. This is the seasoning we used, which was Blackstone all-purpose seasoning. We are toasting our bread. So yeah, we are toasting our bread.
This is that party. Young Progressive Unions, that's part of this party.
So we're toasting the bread.
Educated affluent party.
Well, it takes a while because we had to defrost our meat.
I mean, of course,
so yeah.
Especially in that demographic. And so somehow you've got to be both those things, both those parts of the party. And I would say so far Harris is probably correctly.
Okay, we're probably done.
Issues like abortion, child care, family aid leave. Because frankly, the AOC, that wing, as much as I find it very energizing, does it play in suburban Arizona? Does it play in suburban Michigan? I'm not quite sure. I think she's safer to go with these core issues that are just proven winners from them.
There was that one line that we heard from the congresswoman where she said, Kamala Harris is for the middle class because she's from.
Well, that's off. We need to turn this off.
Are you gonna warm the meat?
It could, absolutely, though.
Yeah, we can.
Put the pan on top of the other little pan over there. There you go. See?
Jonathan, weigh in on this issue.
You have to warm.
It's okay. Well, then we're gonna have to turn it over.
Make your
there.
sandwich.
We'll just turn it on over there and heat it up.
Okay.
Does that make someone automatically wealthy, not in the middle class? No. It just means that they have a fancy job that, does some important things, especially the kids. But I think that using that as a knock against I don't know if it's going to work. Just like I don't think Republicans hired attack.
I don't know if it's going to go on top.
Or, they're socialists. I'm not sure that's going to work. And back to David, something you said before, this is what I was scribbling before. When, David, you were saying the generic Democrat.
No, I'm using mine.
Chopped cheese salad. Maybe the generic Democrat was winning back then because abortion was an issue then. And abortion is an issue that we're seeing is effective, an effective issue across the political spectrum. If Ruby Ray with abortion rights in its constitution, then that should have been the signal.
That long one that I had, my old one.
And instead,
I don't know, it might be down there, or it might be in that drawer. The iPhone charger.
On I think it's 8 states.
My old one.
In key battleground states. And we will see in November if Republicans, with
my old iPhone charger.
Yes, right. Yes, right. The whirlwind by getting rid of Roe v. Wade.
Well, former President Trump's trying to walk away from the issue, saying he doesn't have a strong, isn't pushing a national ban on abortion.
The only thing is, it's not cooking because I didn't put this on.
But
hello, wake up, use your brain.
99.
Hello.
I don't know what percent, but a big portion of the Republican Party, certainly
The one that you had before.
they are not happy even with the Dobbs decision. They want to go farther. Further, yeah.
Or in the back.
They say that,
I picked it up from the floor and stuck it in.
They can effectively put one in place without ever sending legislation to the desk by enforcing the Comstock Act, which is a bill that no one is bothered to enforce. But if Donald Trump is elected,
I think that's good. Is it warm?
No, I had to turn the stove wasn't even on. It wasn't even on.
Looking at the down ballot races and what Republicans are advertising on right now.
It's not even on the
so
stove.
Many of these states, key
That's the thing.
Republicans are playing defense on abortion. They're bringing their wives to camera. They're talking about, well, I'm not really what you think I am. I'm actually more moderate on this issue. So the fact that, well, Mark Robinson, who's been most extreme on that issue, we've seen it in Nevada, we're seeing it in New Hampshire, where
it's on now.
Again, what the other party is thinking by watching what they're putting on TV.
Give me
the fact that they are now talking defensively about abortion here in late August of an election year tells you that they still see that as a liability. Now, for Trump, the benefit
we need the lettuce.
at least what we see in the polling is that people don't
The lettuce.
Oh.
see him as tied to the extreme elements as some of these, say, Senate candidates.
Toasted bread?
House candidates.
Sorry, guys.
In that way,
You gotta have patience.
it may be easier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to.
I know you didn't mean it.
We're gonna use this big old spoon.
In a way that those other Republican down ballot candidates.
Let's return now to the convention stage because Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is set to speak. He was on the vice presidential shortlist.
So we're gonna put this.
You're supposed to put your ketchup on.
No.
Oh, well, he did it.
I'm gonna put mine on
He's
top.
one of the bravest people I've ever met.
I know you're gonna put mayonnaise. You like mayonnaise.
I'm amazed at the courage it takes to share her pain, to share her truth. Yet Donald Trump brags about tearing a constitutional right away from Hadley and every other woman and girl in our country.
Okay.
That's why we must tear away any chance he can ever be president ever again.
Give me the ketchup. Please.
In 21 states, Trump's actions have resulted in extreme bans
Oh,
on
thank
abortion
you.
in my state.
You're welcome.
Even in cases of rape, incest, and non-viable pregnancies. That leaves 12-year-old girls like Hadley with no options. That fails any test of humanity, any test of basic decency,
That's good.
any test of whether you have any underlying empathy. Thankfully, this extremism is
I'll
being
fix mine and
soundly
Donna.
rejected all over
Okay.
our country.
I'm gonna
Tomato on that.
In Kentucky, we put reproductive freedom on the ballot last November, and I beat Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell's hand-picked candidate by more than 5 percentage points.
That looks.
Show everybody before you put the lettuce.
This November, we're going to beat them again.
Okay. Here it is, guys.
Harris and Tim Walz and protect
Onions,
reproductive freedom.
meat. Now we're gonna put our lettuce and tomato.
Folks, Donald Trump appointed the Supreme Court justices
Gonna just
who
lay
got
it
us into this
just
mess.
right across.
His Project 2025 goes even further. Here's the thing.
That's a thick lettuce, and you said you was gonna cut it, and you cut a thick
In your
lettuce.
freedom.
I mean tomato.
Trump says people are absolutely thrilled that women have their basic rights eliminated. J.D. Vance says women should stay in violent marriages, and that pregnancies resulting from rape are simply inconvenient. Their policies give rapists more rights tan their victims.
It's not even gonna
That's
close,
not
but I'll get it to
inconvenient,
close.
It's just
Okay, let's get your phone out of there and then
Yeah, let me put my greens.
And a woman grieving a non-viable pregnancy shouldn't be required to carry it to term just to listen to her child die or to hear no sound at all. All women should have the freedom to make their own decisions. Freedom over their own bodies. Freedom about whether to pursue IVF. Freedom about whether to have children at all.
Okay. Let me put the green screen on.
How we treat people transcends party lines. It goes right to the heart of who we are. My faith teaches me the golden rule that I am to love my neighbor as myself. And the Republican, Independent, Democrat, to know that you are welcome here. We believe in America, where we live out our values, end anger politics once and for all, and move beyond this us versus them by remembering we are all Americans.
Look, it's tingling.
That's how Joe Biden and Kamala Harris lead. They both called to ask how they could help Kentucky in recovering from natural disasters. They helped us improve our roads, our bridges, and invested in our people. They didn't ask me who Kentuckians voted for. They asked me what Kentuckians needed, and folks, they delivered. Kamala Harris gets it. She knows we must move beyond anger, extremism, and division. That everyone has dignity and deserves respect.
Okay.
America, we're going to win.
Trying to hurry so she can make her sandwich because it's gonna get cold again. The meat. We don't want her meat to get cold.
For the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I'm gonna let it sit. Cause you have to let your sandwich sit, so yeah. I'm gonna eat it because it's been sitting anyways.
Sheriff Kentucky wrapped up his remarks here on the Democratic National Convention stage. Night one here in Chicago. Laura Lopez has been down at the convention. Delegates getting their reactions to speakers all night. Laura, give us a sense of the mood in the crowd now. We've got a few more speakers to go, and of course, the headliner tonight, President Biden, still to come.
That's right. Look, some of the biggest applause lines tonight, other than when Kamala Harris came out herself, with the room, the whole arena just lit up when she came out. It was when Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State, was speaking. Everyone here in the arena really just got on their feet and were extremely excited to listen to Hillary Clinton. And she delivered some of the biggest applause lines of the night, especially when she was talking more forward-looking, saying that Kamala Harris would move the country forward, specifically for people interested in protecting reproductive rights. And after her, then some of the biggest applause lines came during Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's speech, especially as she was talking about fighting for the middle class and really trying to draw that contrast between Dr. Kelp and Harris when it comes to fighting for everyday Americans on the economy, and pointing out that Harris is going to really try to hit,
I'm sorry, we could have moved that. We don't need that air fryer up there until we're using it.
When Secretary Clinton was speaking, because she had a line in there about working towards something that
we're back.
Worked towards and dreamed of for a long time. The subtext there, of course, was that she was on the cusp of becoming the president of the United States. Here, Democrats are again trying to elect.
He's looking for a charger for his phone.
I wonder for the women around you in the room there, how lines like that resonated.
Well, it really resonated with them. And one thing I've been asking people here tonight, as well as in the lead up to this convention, specifically women, delegates, women across the Democratic Party, as well as women voters, is whether or not they think that the country is ready for a woman president, let alone a woman who is Black and South Asian. And a lot of them believe that the country is ready, despite the fact that in 2016 Hillary Clinton lost, and despite the fact that they are well aware of the fact that Donald Trump has made repeated attacks questioning Kamala Harris's Black identity, talking about her appearance and her looks, and talking about that a lot repeatedly on the campaign trail. Trump has done. Despite all of the women that I talked to, saying they think that it's time for a woman president, and that they think because of the issues that she is running, be it reproductive and abortion,
it is time. I'm just gonna rip it and put it on top like a sandwich, like that, because it is time for us to take the first bite of our chopped cheese.
Publicly about her own historic potential being the first woman elected, the first Black and South Asian elected, in large part because there are other Democrats who will tell that story for her. How was the campaign going about it?
Well, they're thinking about it a lot the way you just referred to it, which is that it's self-evident. You look at Kamala Harris and you see that she is Black, that she is South Asian, and she is a woman. And so they really feel as though that I talked to
good.
Itself, and that ultimately
You better come get you one of these.
they think are the most salient with voters.
Let me tell you something. This is delicious.
There's your time. As you all know, she was the campaign's main voice on abortion, and that's something that she's leaning to even more than President Joe Biden.
Oh Lord, my whole sandwich fell apart.
When he was president and even prior to becoming president. And so they really view it as other people can talk about that. And when I was talking to some voters here in Chicago prior to the convention kicking off, they also said, some black women voters that I spoke to said that they don't think that Harris needs to address it directly. That they see it in her, and they also...
The cooked onion tastes great.
That just by seeing her...
I don't like onions, but these cooked onions, delicious.
Truly embodies who they are and the types of experiences that they have.
Well, this is very
I'm tired of something. I mean, I like cooked onions. I don't like raw onions.
This is why the Democrats have gathered here, but we know the focus for tonight. We've heard from so many speakers as well say thank you to the current sitting president, Joe Biden. I'm curious, among any of the delegates, folks down there on the floor that you talked to, what are they saying about what they want to hear from President Biden tonight?
Well, they want
No, this is good.
Biden to basically have
If you're from New York and you get a chopped cheese,
so that they want to hear President
make
Biden
this.
talk about what he was able to
This
do
is a not.
his time
This
in
is not
office.
a eat anything because it is good.
So that even towards the end, when he was making this decision to drop out of the race, that he was really thinking, even up until the end, that he could actually win in November, but that ultimately, as people were coming to him across the party saying that they thought that he could hurt their down ballot chances,
Don't move
he
it.
decided it was time to step back.
No, I said don't move
They
it.
also want to hear him talk about why,
I might go off.
why he thinks Harris is a good person to hand this off to, why he thinks she can win, and the arguments that they're hoping that she
I'm dying. You know, I should have made 2 sandwiches. I'm just kidding. Chick-fil-A sauce. That's what my brother's serving. 2 is crazy, but it's that good, okay? I love chopped cheese.
Students in Albuquerque will soon trade their yellow school buses for something greener. That's as their local school district has received millions in funding for electric school buses. The federal Clean School Bus program is getting $6.9.
Now, I don't know. I don't know how other places make their chopped cheese. We should try restaurant chopped cheese versus this chopped cheese and see which one is better.
Especially an area where they think that they could utilize him, as well as Republican voters. There were a lot of Republican voters who were disenchanted with their party, who were voting based on things like January 6th and their fears that Trump was going to terminate the Constitution, which Donald Trump had said that he thought should be done. And that those voters were rallying behind Joe Biden this time around. And one of the big questions was whether or not they would also rally around Kamala Harris. And so those are the kinds of voters also that Joe Biden...
Mine's is going to be better.
That's Laura Lopash reporting live from the convention floor here in Chicago. Laura, thank you.
Now this,
And I on the stage as well.
this could have used
Georgia Senator
a little more seasoning.
But back up here in our booth, Amy, I'd love to bring you in on this point Laura was just
See
touching on, which is
how I said it's never too much. I could taste the seasoning with the sauteed onions. That's good. Gordon Ramsay will be proud of this. I'm just kidding. I should have made a video for Gordon Ramsay and showed him me making chopped cheese and see what he says. That would be funny. And see if he reacts.
Simply much more unpopular right now than Harris is in both the national polling and in those different states. Now there is something to be said about a Joe Scranton and Joe Biden going home and making the case for Harris in those places where she's not as
He probably would light the phone on fire.
You know, sort of a trusted brand. At the same time, even in Pennsylvania, you know, you look at where he was polling a month ago, where she is now, he was 4 or 5 points down.
Is it good?
A point or so ahead.
Yes.
So, again, this is like...
See?
I wish everybody could taste
talking about a lot of being...
We're sandwich people. We'll eat sandwiches for dinner.
Being supportive of the president. He's still the sitting president. yet making sure her biggest asset right now, which she has to continue to
Cause our
to is
favorite place is Jimmy John's.
I am a new generation. How to do that is complicated.
Which is hard to do in large part because if you look at the policies we rolled out this past weekend, many of them
That's our favorite.
and they were crafted by
Jimmy John's is good.
And her team is great. You can't be not part of.
I mean, if you're ranking sub sandwiches, Jimmy John's is like number one. I don't like Subway. I mean, if I'm close by, no, and if someone goes there, I'm with the person, and you know, we're eating, I'll get Subway. Otherwise, it's Jimmy John's, Firehouse Subs is next, and then Subway. That might be a crazy ranking.
It's such a delicate tightrope to walk here, right? I would venture to say, without
Sorry, I have to
one thing that
stuck there.
the campaign would love is if President Biden would.
I have lost, but I don't want to use it because I don't want to taste the mint.
And we know that Secretary St. Blinken is over there right now working with Netanyahu.
I did.
The reporting is that former President Trump is on the phone with the Prime Minister of Israel.
I'm not mindful at all. We made chopped cheese.
It's believed that would help the Harris campaign. So I don't know where that I don't know who
Chopped cheese sandwich.
or not, but I have to think that the Harris campaign would
It's all-purpose seasoning,
to do what President work on that one.
onions, sauteed onions, lettuce, tomatoes. There was another like
This moment here,
seasoning he used, but we couldn't use that because I was not going to wait for it to ship, and plus I couldn't have it shipped.
The ability to distance herself if she chooses
So, yeah.
from the challenges or the perceived failures of this president as she runs her campaign moving forward.
I mean, vice presidents have a very mixed record running for the office.
I should have added pickle to this.
President
Not gonna hold you.
I think even Mike Pence ran an election campaign for president.
Would it be weird?
So it is a tricky dance. Hubert Humphrey really
Probably not.
getting sucked into Lyndon Johnson Vietnam War. He never got out of it. But one thing I think Joe Biden could really.
Yeah, pickles.
Lyndon Johnson said something very interesting here, which was she has to decide which direction she wants to take America forward. What exactly does that mean? And if Anita Dunn doesn't know, none of the rest of us are going to know. But she has to fill that in, and I think she has to fill it in with policies. And one way Joe Biden can help, but of course it didn't help him defend himself. But he can say, I brought you the CHIPS Act. That micron plant you like, I helped bring that.
Everything fell out.
I helped bring that. The infrastructure bill, I helped bring that. So he does bring a lot of policy chops. And he can say, this is what the Democratic Party has been doing for you. And maybe you didn't like it for me because
I made chopped cheese.
Phrase it that way, maybe. But this is where we're headed as a party. And
It's a chopped cheese sandwich.
and then Kamala Harris will
I
say,
know.
Here's steps 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. And that's what's moving forward.
All my stuff out. I'm gonna have to get a spoon.
John, what do you think that would look like if she were to stake out her own work ground on some issues? Where
I was gonna say something.
How she sees things and how the current president does. Well,
I flew over my head.
To know where that
I forgot.
is. I mean, it's the
It didn't fly over my head. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
And in some ways, they agree on a whole hell of a lot.
Thank you for the gift points.
Is a tonal difference and an emphasis difference. We're seeing it in how they both go about, talking about the Israel-Hamas war, where the vice president, in all of her comments, policy-wise, they are in lockstep. But emphasis, she always makes a point of talking about
Good.
the losses among the Palestinians in Gaza and the need for humanitarian aid and assistance. And I think that's where we will see changes between her and him. I mean, if you're the vice president of the United States and you've got this economy, why would you run away from the president? I mean, on paper,
Oh, that's what I was gonna say, because I was talking about pickles. I said I should do that line because people always say bubble bass. When he's like, and he says, who forgot the pickles? And then he starts laughing. And that's when SpongeBob realized he was hiding the pickles.
Forgot them chips.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, wow. This is filling. It's almost gone.
Good evening, folks. Good evening, America. Good evening, Chicago. Are there any Democrats in the room tonight?
No, it's Republicans. I'm just kidding.
Making history. We're on the verge of an historic election. And I want to talk with you for just a few minutes about my dear friend, our president, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's mom had a saying. You are defined by your courage and you are redeemed by your loyalty. 4 years ago, I had the honor of helping introduce Joe Biden to our national convention. I spoke about Joe's faith, his love of faith.
Hold on. That was delicious. That was filling.
Back in 2020, America was nearly flat on our back. A deadly pandemic.
Can I have another one? I'm just kidding. No, I'm full. Another chopped cheese is crazy. Okay. Now. Floss. No, I don't really want another one. I'll get sick.
Someone who has himself been knocked down by life time and again. Joe Biden knows the grit and determination of the American people. He believed in us. Joe Biden helped us get back up again.
I'm just kidding.
Using the incredible skills he developed many years
Wait,
ago,
you gotta clean your teeth.
Joe got passed and signed into law the most consequential legislation of any president in 60 years. Helping our veterans, advancing gun safety, in America. Together, Joe and Kamala helped rebuild our economy from the middle up, from the bottom up, from the middle out, not from the top down.
Sorry, guys.
They made our families safer and our country stronger at home and abroad. Today, we are so much better off because they believed in us and our democracy.
Love you too,
Our
son.
incredible First Lady Jill Biden. Our incredible First Lady
Love you
Jill
too.
Biden.
Funny.
Incredible First Lady Jill Biden was at Joe's side every step of the way, fighting for education, advancing the cancer moonshot, determined to improve women's health care, honoring military families. Joe and Jill
I'm not swishing with soda.
so much for us, and there's so much more you will do
I'm just trying to
together.
swallow it a certain way.
Thank you. Thank you.
My water bottle's over there, I think.
Great leader in Kamala Harris.
Oh, we love chopped cheese. That was great. I'm gonna eat that again. Another thing we could add to our.
Middle class like yours, in sergeant, congressman, coach, governor, Tim Walz. I have hope Because of Joe Biden.
There should be some in the back.
A more compassionate man than Joe Biden.
Did you serve all the meat?
Huh?
Did you serve all the meat?
Yeah, I used all the meat.
She's the one who
You
served
want
the
more
rest of
meat
it.
or what? We used it all.
Mr. President, you are my senator as a Delawarean. You are my president as an American. And you will always be my friend. On behalf of our nation, Joe, for your courage in fighting for our
There is stuff I feel like stuck in my teeth. No, he ate. He has a sandwich. But he was just seeing if there was any meat left, and we said no.
for your loyalty in fighting for our democratic values. We thank you.
The only thing I remember, it takes a lot longer to cook in the air fryer if it wasn't starting earlier.
It would be boss if I had floss.
I think so.
No.
My friend puts dinner in and it takes so long to eat.
It would be boss if I had floss. Are you? He goes, Floss, the musical. He's like, yeah, you're for my most acclaimed musical, Floss. And then he's like, I don't need. I forgot what it was.
I'm a 4th grade student at Christopher College. I've been bouncing around all week excited for this moment, and last night I could barely sleep.
From Sweet Life of Zach and Cody when he's singing that song from that guy's musical. That's when Ashley Tisdale sang a song from High School Musical when she sang "It's hard to believe that I couldn't see this feeling's like no other." And then he says she was bad. I think Gordon Ramsay. I had to laugh at that one, Gordon Ramsay. Funny. I want you to know, 'cause I've never had someone
Introduce our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden.
who knows me like you do. No one like you. So lonely before I finally found. And then she was always so shocked.
First Lady of the United
Jill
States,
Biden.
Jill Biden.
What I've been waiting for. She literally came out to this song. Like I should. We made chopped cheese. New York chopped cheese. It would be boss if I had floss. I ate it. You want to see? It's all gone with floss. Not well. No, I don't live in New York. This guy said it was New York chopped cheese, so I made it.
And still, there are moments when I fall in love with him all over again. Like when I handed him our baby Ashley for the first time and saw the smile that lit
Billy
up.
Porter really got himself canceled. Thank you for the galaxy. Whoever sent that galaxy, thank you. I just saw we had one galaxy. Thank you.
When he stops on a rope line,
It says there's one galaxy.
someone grieving who needs
Yeah, I didn't know.
everything is going to be all right one day. Or to encourage that child with
I would like to
a
travel to California.
find the confidence she
My hair is kind of like lopsided. I just tied it up quickly because I was going live.
in the name
I just combed it and then tied it up real quick.
receiving the
so we can get dinner started because, you know, we're hungry. We's hungry.
Thank you, baby. That was good.
His hand on our family Bible to take his oath of office.
I was gonna say something, and I forgot.
Weeks ago, when I saw him deep into his soul,
Billy Porter. That's who. I don't know if you guys saw that video or that photo.
Is this the debate or what? No.
It's the convention.
It's a
convention.
Can't hear you, but it's so they can get votes.
Intimidation or cruelty.
Yeah.
It comes from these small acts of kindness.
Anyways, she is. What I was going to say is that what I was going to talk about was Billy Porter. So there was this video a while back, or this photo a while back. I don't know if you guys saw it, where he was literally in some type of pose. I believe it was him, like kneeling down, and it was like Joe Biden was standing up, and he was kissing his feet or something, or kissing his hand, something along the lines of referring back to what they used to do kind of in slavery times, I believe. But yeah, kissing his finger, his hand or something. It was Billy Porter. Billy Porter is not liked by people, and it's not because of, like, you know, the transphobia, homophobia, all of that. But yeah, people didn't like what he said during the protest with SAG-AFTRA, literally saying that he sold his house because he said he couldn't afford to live that lifestyle because of the SAG-AFTRA. The SAG-AFTRA, or whatever it is literally, you know, they had to, like, boycott because of equal pay for actors. No, it's not. It was equal pay for actors, and he so anyways, he went online and said he had to sell his house, he couldn't afford it, that basically they were saying, like, oh, he's kind of blaming it on the actors. He shouldn't have had that expensive of a lifestyle if he couldn't afford it, because, you know, he has to boycott, or else he's going to be known as a scab. So I'm trying to think of Drew Barrymore. She has a talk show. She was supposed to boycott, but she employed people, I don't remember what it was, and they labeled her a scab. Basically, do not work with Drew Barrymore. She literally went against what people were literally boycotting, like the SAG-AFTRA, you know, the strike, whatever. And they said, do not work with her. She had to apologize. She came out and made a full apology, saying she was sorry. She should have never done that. She learned her lesson. And a lot of people were calling out Jennifer Hudson. There were some talk shows that wouldn't run under, like, a SAG-AFTRA, where they had to strike. And people were saying, like, oh, she's not under that, so she doesn't have to boycott. I don't remember what it was, but people were like so upset over it. Anyways, around that time is when actors were struggling bad because they couldn't get any work. They were on strike. If they got work, right, if they were working during that time, it was like, you're labeled a scab, do not work with them. Like, people will look at you because you're supposed to help your fellow actors. And that was when Billy Porter had came out and said I had to sell my mansion, or it was a house. I don't know if it was a mansion. Basically saying like he couldn't afford it because of the strike. It caused him to essentially almost go homeless. I guess he said essentially go homeless because he sold the only house he had, I think. And people were like, "You're blaming this on the actors." It seems like, I can't remember. It was a whole thing. So then, anyways, down the line, people said he's rude. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff about Billy Porter. Like, not so nice stuff. I heard Billy Porter isn't really nice. There was a guy that used to make videos on celebrities. He did one on Raven Simone. He did one on Billy Porter. I remember he used to go viral. He was always on my For You page talking about, he talked about RuPaul. He did one on RuPaul because RuPaul had done a like mammy type character, even though he's black. He did like a really stereotypical black woman in a bed eating fried chicken and making like mammy type jokes. He was doing like, I don't know what it was. I can't remember. I think that was a guy that talked about it. I might have saw it on YouTube. But anyways, they said even though he's black, it's kind of not offensive, but it hurts the black community for him doing that or something. I don't remember. Anyways, that was a while back. And then, anyways, with Billy Porter, that's when he was like kneeling down. I guess he kissed Joe Biden's finger, or he was kissing his foot, like he was bent down kissing Joe Biden's foot or his finger or something. And apparently that's like like basically what it was insinuating back in the day. And people were like, this is not okay. That was wrong for him to do that. He could have done anything else, they said, but for him to do that, and like the message behind it, yeah. Like if you are kneeled down, especially if a white man is looking down on a person of color in that manner, especially to take a photo like that, that doesn't look good at all. Not at all. That doesn't help the community. It harms the community. But, excuse me. But yeah, there was so much. Speaking of exposed, this one person came on here and literally exposed themselves because they came online. Oh, they might have got ripped off first of all. They bought $600 Nike Jordan. They bought $600 Nike Jordan Nike Jordan. We lost connection, guys.
I got this tattoo on my wrist.
I had to wait till we come back. So apparently she bought these Jordan 11s, and apparently people said that she was scammed. On top of that, she was like, "Oh my God, guys! Like my merch is people are buying in Spain and the UK." Someone went to her page and found out she only ships to the US. And they made a video. They made a video basically saying they caught her lying that she only ships to the US, and her friend, her ex-friend, we all know who, reposted that video. there I gotta set. These videos were sent to me. Then someone sent me another video where her fans were like, "Oh my God, it's Shorty Bae at the mall." They were trying to take a picture. She said no. She was telling fans no, which, again, I understand people wanting photos, and I understand that it may seem rude for her to say no. The way she said no was kind of rude. She could have politely said no. She didn't have to be rude, right? There's a way of telling people you don't want photos. Someone does not have to give you photos. Nobody has to give you photos. I give photos even though I don't feel like giving photos sometimes, because I feel like someone's going to be like, oh my God, she was so rude. She didn't even let me take a photo. Even though people have asked me, do you want a photo? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, inside, I feel like if I say no, they'll go to the internet and be like, you're so rude. You know? That's why I just take all the photos and I say no. That's not a good thing either. That's not good. I should say no sometimes, you know, but Joe Biden. Anyways, so there was a video. They were following her around. They were like, she's over there. She's with her boyfriend or something, I think they said. But I don't know. They said she's probably on the phone with her boyfriend. She's saying no to people. She's real rude. She's saying no photos. Then they went up and they were like, oh my God. She just told a 10-year-old girl who was excited to meet her no. And like the girl, like, this is so rude. She's rude. She literally, this 10-year-old girl wanted a photo from her, and she was rude to them and kind of shooed them away or something like that. Then they were like, oh my God, it's Shorty Bae. I'm scared to go up because we're so close. I'm so scared. And so then she walks up and she's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just ask her for a photo. And she's like, she literally told us no. I don't know if they went up to her because she was on the phone, like acting like she was on the phone. So I don't know if she really was. That's when they said she's probably on the phone with her boyfriend. But I think they said her boyfriend was with her. So I guess she was probably on the phone with her boyfriend who was there with her, which made no sense. I don't know. So then they were like, she said no. She denied us a photo. Look, we're so close to her. And she was like walking in the background and they were like pointing at her. They're like, she's so close. There's Shorty Bae right there. We are with Shorty Bae. And then she was going like that, like basically. And then I guess that's where it ended. I don't really remember, but yeah, anyways. Then somebody on their live was showing that one thing I was talking about. Why did they leave her hanging, poor girl? Now they're doing it. His youngest daughter, or whoever that was, she was standing next to his wife and she's like, we love Joe, but they weren't even saying anything and she stopped because they didn't say anything. They left her hanging. Now they're saying it. But when she was saying it, they stopped. Anyways. Sorry. The Democrats says there was this video which I had told you guys about where the merch lady, the lady for the merch, was telling her, you need to tell me when you get orders so I know when to fill and send out orders. She was like, we need to give people their merch or we need to give them their money back. And she's like, I know, or however she, you know, her lingo, she was like, we're not giving them their money back. And she was like, well, you need to give them the merch. And she's like, no, I'm not giving them the money back, or I'm not giving them their merch. You cannot run a business or have merch where you are not literally giving like them their merch. That's crazy. Me, my merch gets shipped and delivered because it's print on demand. So it comes from whoever's printing and making the shirts. I don't send them out. Someone else does. And people get them pretty fast. But for her, she's sending out her merch just like the other influencers who have their own warehouse. Well, not their own warehouse, but who have, like, from their house, they had merch made. And what they do is they package it themselves and sell it out of their house. If you're too busy to do that, then you shouldn't have merch. Print on demand is a way to go. It's a way to go. Whether you want to do it or not, until you get a warehouse, until you get to the level of other influencers that have huge warehouses, do it small. Then when you grow your business and you get bigger, you know, I already cooked. I made chopped cheese and I ate it. That's what we cooked, chopped cheese. She is overwhelming herself too much. She's doing everything too fast. She got a dog too soon, like I said. She ended up having to give the dog away because she can't take care of it because she's too busy. I said, watch. She's going to say she's too busy to take care of that dog because she's always traveling. When you get a puppy, you cannot be traveling as much as she travels for work. Whether it be these shows, whether it be these appearances or whatever it is that she's doing, you, like I said, you cannot get a dog because puppies are 24-hour care. You cannot take a vacation somewhere and just get a puppy. If you got a puppy, tough luck. You cannot take a vacation unless you have a sitter or someone who is watching your puppy, because I knew it. Now she can't take care of the dog. She's giving it away. Anyways, this whole thing with not giving people their merch is not helping you, considering the fact in the past of people not receiving their orders. It is not a good look for you, especially if brands want to work with you. You are going to be losing out on a lot of brands if they want to work with you and you are not shipping people's orders. You cannot keep the money and you cannot give them their merch. You have to give them their merch. Because clearly you can't give them the money. You spent it. That's why you can't give them their money. It's bye-bye. Once you see money, you take that money and you run and you spend it. You don't, like, immediately when that merch money hits, it's gone. Now, as for me, my money immediately goes because bills and things we need, you know, because my bills are due at the time I get paid. But, you know, you have to literally, I'm so not, you know, I was thinking like, did I pay storage? But I did. My brain. This is some things that you have to, I did cook. I cooked chopped cheese. We're done with the chopped cheese. We ate it. We're full. I can't play Metallica because the DNC's on, and I don't want to put the Xbox on right now and play music. You cannot. We both said you cannot almost, like, anyways, but you can't do that. Like, you have to give people their merch. Oh, she's gonna get sued. You cannot be like, let me just not give you your merch or your money. Anybody who buys merch from her, you're a dang fool. As a matter of fact, excuse my language, you're a damn fool. You ain't gonna get your merch. And she's selling underwear, panties. She's selling G-strings, thong underwear. And I know because someone on their live stream I know they're not you. Someone on his live stream was talking about her merch and everything that she's selling, and he played that, like, where she said she wasn't going to send the merch or pay them. But yeah, and I do understand why she is selling those, because she's into OF now. But I don't know what the managers are doing, because that's not going to sell, because she just started OF, right? And I do understand, like, because of her OF, it pertains to her. But we gotta, like, they gotta stop making merch that is in the realm of what she does until she builds, like, a good fan base for that. Otherwise, people literally, and this is all over the internet that I've seen, they don't go pay to watch that. They wait for someone to leak it on either Twitter or Reddit, and then they go look at it and make fun of her. Otherwise, people ain't paying to see that. And what is really weird, right? It's not jealousy, because first of all, you have a whole boyfriend, but you're out here bragging about how men are tipping you $100. If I was your boyfriend, I'd be hella embarrassed. But he's not embarrassed because he's cheating on you. That's another thing, right? She's with someone who legit cheated on her, and obviously she's getting embarrassed both ways. How do you come on the internet and brag? Because I've seen it in a live stream with my own eyes when it popped up that she was bragging because haters were being rude, saying, like, I don't care what you guys say, I'm getting tipped $100. You don't come online and brag about getting tipped $100 when you got a boyfriend. I'm pretty sure, I'm not saying she can't have an OF when she has a boyfriend, but there are certain things that you just don't do. It doesn't seem like you care or are interested in your boyfriend, because you wouldn't be bragging about how other men give you attention in the form of $100 bills by tipping you, saying that they really like what you do. That was not needed. You don't see these OF models that have boyfriends coming out here saying, well, this man tipped me $1,000, because your boyfriend would hella flip out and be embarrassed. But he's not flipping out because he's cheating on you behind your back, and you're just too oblivious that you want to go run and say, oh, well, my family member's cheating on her boyfriend. Why are you calling out your sister for cheating on her boyfriend when you're with someone who cheats? That makes no sense, and people keep telling you, but you don't want to listen.
And your plug doesn't work.
It was working, but he unplugged it.
That is what he said and what he meant. That's what I realized. That was the address of my dead son.
Like, people are telling you, pay attention. You just barely known this guy for how long, and you're already buying him $600 Jordan 11s? Come on now.
I just lost part of my soul.
And you go around talking about other people.
In America, I know and believe.
Like,
In America, where honesty, dignity, decency still matter. In America.
yeah, I'm single and so what? They're saying that because of that AI. It's okay. Ashley Trevino, who is that? Is that? Oh no, that's not. Never mind. I was thinking that's that Arlie. What's her name? Early or something.
81 million voters voted for us. More than any time in all of history. Because of all of you in this room and others, we came together in 2020.
The issue is mismanagement of money. Spending all this money. You flew to Hawaii knowing you didn't have. You say you're living. Here's the thing. You come online and you talk about your finances, saying that you depend on OF money. You take a trip to Hawaii, which makes no sense, because you're really stressing that you can't afford stuff, but you take a trip to Hawaii, right? then, but here's the difference. People have a right to go enjoy themselves. There's a difference between that and making loads of money like she does and not taking it seriously to get a house of her own and literally live in it. I can't afford a house. I don't get the type of money that she gets. I don't get these deals with Shein and all of that. And people may say that is me being jealous because I don't get those. I don't get that stuff. She gets. She already flew somewheres to literally make an appearance and get paid. She's doing these events and getting paid. I don't make that kind of money. The money I make is enough to pay bills and move my happy ASS along. You know, like I don't have to, like, that's the thing. But this isn't the issue. It's kind of like flexing you have money, but then flexing you don't. And her saying what she says, people let it fly over their heads because she's literally telling you you're poor. Basically, I'm rich and you're poor. Like, why would you talk to people like that? And then you come back at your haters and say, well, I'm getting tipped $100 on OF. Good. Why does money always have to be brought up? I don't like James Charles, but what did James Charles tell you? You didn't listen, which is why the reason you got robbed. She got robbed because she wasn't mindful of what she was doing. She was flaunting all of this money online. She was showing wads of cash like if she was a rapper. She was talking down on her fans, literally saying like, I'm rich and you're not. You know her saying. And then literally saying that she has to live off of her OF because she's financially in trouble, which, mind you, all of my bills are paid. I thought myself that I had credit card debt, that my credit was bad. No bad credit, no owed bills besides of a past phone bill, but I have a phone bill. That's it. I'm not late on bills or nothing. I kept my bills paid. But you're saying that you're financially in trouble and that you live off of the OF. But then you take these trips. You're spending all of this money on shoes and things like that. And it doesn't seem like you're paying taxes, because there was one time she didn't know about the tax thing or whatever, about the taxes, and that's really going to get you where it hurts. Thank you for following. I'm not jealous. There's a difference. I mean, I have a place. At least I have a place to live. You know, a lot of people don't. I'm not even going to make fun of the living situation, because people was posting videos of her living situation where she had beach chairs as furniture. She had beach chairs as furniture because I was laughing at that profile picture. That was funny. Anyways, she had beach chairs and she doesn't have no furniture. It's empty, but I do remember her friend saying that she has furniture, that she's waiting for it to be delivered or something, or she got her furniture. I don't know. I really hope so, because she's in an apartment with no furniture. I'm not even hating on anyone. Do you know the difference between hating and explaining something? Because hating would be saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. It's basically explaining that you're ruining yourself. It's not hating because you want to see the person fail. You don't like the fact that people explain to this person and say, hey, because they may possibly see it, run your business correctly before your business runs you to the ground. And you don't have a merch company because you don't send the merch, you keep the money, and you are saying these things that are unprofessional online. You just want to sit there and laugh and point and be a bully and call her a bulla. Like a lot of people have been using that word, which you know what it means. We all know what it means. I'm Hispanic and I know what it means. And it's rude. And then you want to sit here and be like... And I've seen the comment sections are nothing but nasty people being bullies, talking about me hating, but you bully her on a daily basis. That lady, Chula Comedy, whatever her name is, had a disgusting drawing in the background of her, in the background as a green screen while talking about her. Her and her boyfriend. There are ways about talking about people without having nasty photos in your background. And all she does day in and day out, every single day, talk about her. You got better hair than your sister. Like, you should have never went online either and talked about your sister's hair and letting people literally say your hair is better looking than hers. You let people talk down on your sister, but you want what's best for her. But you sit in live streams where you let people talk down on your sister. And you don't care because you find it a little funny and it's tacky. Imagine if I had a sister talking horrible about me or going online and talking about me in a bad way or laughing and giggling at the jokes. I would be very upset. A lot of y'all are bullies to that girl. And then you sit here and be like, well, you're a hater, you're jealous. Maybe someone needs to help her because she isn't getting the help. All her managers are doing is using her for clout and using her for money. They saw this relationship was making her money. That's the only reason why she's in a relationship where she's blinded. Every relationship she has admitted to you guys because she came online and said, these men used me for clout. They didn't really like me. Obviously, you're making people money. And y'all will sit here and laugh and joke and make these jokes about her boyfriend who may probably actually like her. You can't fathom the fact, and this is with any person that is not attractive looking, those that don't fit the beauty standards, you cannot see them with someone that is more attractive than they are. And you bully them. And you don't think they can date someone like that. And it's rude. Some people can. And you don't like it because you say, well, how come they can get someone like that or pull someone that's attractive like that, but I can't? And it's a jealousy thing because you know it is. You're rude. You're a bully because you can't even fathom the fact that someone could be happy. Now in this situation, no, because I've seen it online. In the DMs, he's over here, right? Sliding into women's DMs and deleting DMs where the whole conversations make no sense, and you could clearly see the girl is not talking to herself. Obviously the DMs don't make any sense because he was deleting them. Saying a while back that you were with her for the clout. This isn't a real relationship. You told your ex you was going to get with her for the money and for the clout, while you was with another girl. Are you not embarrassed? Bullying is not telling her that she's with a cheater. Do you know the difference between bullying? Bullying is like that girl that called Jules ugly. That's bullying. Unprovoked. Unprovoked. Came on the internet with her chin touching to her neck, Like, what did someone say that I thought was so funny? Permanently shrugged shoulders, talking about Jules and calling Jules ugly when she has permanently shrugged shoulders. That was bullying, was her calling Jules ugly and then got dragged. Not Jules. I'm not talking about Jules. I'm talking about the girl that bullied Jules. Someone made a video that came at the girl that bullied Jules and said that the girl that bullied Jules had permanently shrugged shoulders. That's not me. I didn't say that. I'm not going to take someone's roast. But they told that girl she had permanently shrugged shoulders, and I thought it was funny. They were roasting that girl. Someone said that her chin touches her neck. Someone said she had no neck. People was coming for that girl. As they should, because she should have never called Jules ugly unprovoked. Jules didn't do anything to you, but you're sitting on the internet being a big bully. What process went through your mind to sit here and be like, today I'm going to call this person ugly for no reason because they're going viral and I'm jealous. And then says I could be overweight and ugly and still be famous. That is not the issue. No one's saying you can't be overweight, ugly, and famous. It's the fact that you called Jules ugly unprovoked. And you got roasted something bad. I know you've seen all those videos of people comparing you to things. And you made 12 videos. And you literally in one of the videos said you really didn't care, but girl, you don't make 12 videos if you really didn't care. 12 videos back to back to back? I don't even post 12 videos in a day. Thank you for the gift points. I don't post 12 videos in a day. Just to prove you don't care that people are saying you have permanently shrugged shoulders, your chin touches your neck, you got no neck, and someone literally referred to her as Shorty Bae too. They literally call her Shorty Bae. I forget what else they added, like literally in the comment section. Yeah, but it's unprovoked. I get roasted every day, but it's unprovoked. I'll come on here and do all that for no reason. If someone's going to make fun of me, I'm going to make fun of you. People body shame me. People call me ugly. People do all this. So then they want to run and act like they're the ones being bullied. And this is the thing that I don't like. If you're going to bully someone and you can't hold it on your own, then don't bully people, because then you're going to be crying that you get bullied back, saying she bullies us for no reason. Because there's all those videos where people will cry wolf, like the little boy who cried wolf, and say I bullied them when I didn't even bully you. You started with me first, like that one girl, one white tea woman that came on here and started body shaming me. And then when I said something about her nose, all of a sudden everyone wanted to say she was Jewish, even though she didn't have Jewish in her bio. And how would I have known that? And not even herself said she was Jewish. And here people come defending this woman who body shamed me first. She should have never body shamed me. I didn't do anything to her. Then it sparked an argument with a supporter because their suggestion was to just get off the internet. This girl just body shamed me, and then I was trying not to be rude, but I got pissed off because that's people's reactions. But when someone's doing something to me, you don't police them. And it was literally making fun of my looks too that bothered me, because it's a white woman making fun of my looks, and I'm a person of color who is black. And we all know that when you make fun of someone's looks that pertain to their race, what's funny about it? The same looks that you go get lip injections, you get surgeries to look like black women, you get fake big butts filled with plastic in it, and you get these big lips, and you want to come on this app and make fun of the very women that you get their looks by surgery, and you're mad. And I know why some white women are mad, because they don't have natural. they have to go get surgery. We don't have to get surgery for that. It's a jealousy.
It makes me ashamed when I travel the world.
They literally don't like black women, and they're jealous because black women don't have to get surgeries. Black women, like darker black women, I'm a black woman, but you know, darker skinned black women with big lips and big butts, right? Literally got bullied for that in school, for their big lips, everything that pertains to them. And you want to come on this app and make fun of another black woman and body shame her and make fun of her, and I'm supposed to just sit here and take that? And then I'm not supposed to say anything, but when I say something about her nose, she wants to use her tears, which literally, she didn't ask no one to be Captain Save-A-Hole, but here comes people being Captain Save-A-Hole to literally defend her after she bullied me first, unprovoked, mind you, because something triggered her. You know what triggered her? Her colonization skills. That's what triggered her, because she's used to being a colonizer. She doesn't like the fact that for once white women are not the forefront of anything. She's jealous of black women. She doesn't like the fact that the attention was not about her, and she gets mad. And every time white women get mad, they love to talk about black women's looks like it's tee-hee-hee. But when someone comes for you, I'm this, I'm that, you're making fun of me because of this, and you're making fun of me because of that. No one's making fun of you because of that. You started with me first. If you're going to start with me and I'm not allowed to finish, what did you think when you was going to come on my page? What did you think this was? I was just going to let you just roast me and just take that? No, I don't have to take the disrespect. And I hate when people say, you always hate on white women. It's not all white women. But some white women need to understand to stop crying over stuff that literally you need to do it yourselves. Like, seriously, you cry about everything because you're not the center of attention. The world does not revolve around you, Becky, Sarah, Savannah. Like, the world does not revolve around you. Beauty standards revolve around you, and we get made fun of for our looks that pertain to our race. Well, you don't have to do absolutely nothing. Like the white guy that went absolutely viral, Axel, I think his name was, for doing nothing but filming a small apartment, and he instantly got modeling contracts. All of this handed to him. A white woman literally just like using a filter, Leah, and then all of a sudden, and she's famous just for literally staring at a camera. But yet we get made fun of for our looks, and you want to sit here and I'm supposed to be like tee-hee-hee and like just let her disrespect me and not say anything? You thought wrong. I'm tired. I got pushed in school. I got bullied. I didn't stick up for myself. Now that I do so, I'm tone policed. You can't say this. This kind of bothered me a little bit. You can't say that. But what about the people that say stuff to me? If she ever comes out and tries to be an activist, I'm going to be like, no, she made fun of my looks. She's this, she's that. People are not going to see you as anything but performative. Don't ever speak about Black Lives Matter this when you made fun of a black woman. And then say, who's we? Because this is the thing that I hate so much too. Earlier when people was like, who's we? You know who we is. And if you don't know who we is, then you better know what. To sit here and see someone that doesn't look black, and we do this all the time, and say you're not black enough. I will never get that anti-blackness from this community. You're not even helping yourselves on the bigotry part. A lot of black women and black people are so homophobic, so transphobic, so this, so that, anti-black up the wazoo. You've got light-skinned people being blatantly colorist, and then on top of that, you got all this hatred, vitriol, and people fighting each other instead of fighting against white supremacy. I will never understand it. I don't understand why people came to the defense of her when she was talking down on me, and then it just annoyed me because everyone was defending her. And every single person was literally showing their anti-blackness or racism by defending her, and I hate when people do that. I didn't deserve that. It was unprovoked. And if she didn't like what I had to say, she could have clearly got up and left. She's a grown adult that doesn't learn how to use her words in a way that was not disrespectful. And if she didn't like what I had to say, she could have left. She could have left. She could have left alive. She didn't have to body shame me or talk about my looks, and then people come to her defense. And y'all are so performative. You're the same people talking about free Palestine, but then you talk down on people of color and you're anti-black. Okay, so if you're going to make fun of me and my looks, and you're literally going to say I'm not black enough, then what does that say about the people in Palestine that literally you're trying to protect and defend, but you're sitting here being very anti-black? Then it's performative. That means you really truly don't care about Palestinians when you do that, because you seem to forget that there are some Palestinians, especially a lot of them, that are people of color. What are we doing? You don't realize that you have a greater effect with your words on other people. People seem to forget because they exclude certain people. You forget that Palestinians are people of color. Some of them are black people. And you forget that, but you don't think outside of America. You don't think in other countries. You think inside of America, like you think inside of the box. And when you say stuff like that, it side-eyes me like, oh, you're very performative, because if you're talking like this about someone's blackness, what do you think about Palestinians? Because clearly you're not for free Palestine if you're doing that. You don't realize that your words affect more people than you know. You don't realize that. And if you don't get what I'm talking about, Google it. There are lots of people of color in other countries. When you do that and you're showing your anti-blackness, it affects what was I gonna say? It affects how you support Palestine, in a sense of like, if you're being anti-black, like, and this is the thing that is being called out amongst the community, is the anti-blackness, being anti-black because black people or black women in specifics won't do more for Palestine when they said we're tired, we don't want to, because of the anti-black. A lot of people were calling out anti-black, and then they started getting attacked for that. And instead of calling out the anti-black, people were attacking the people calling out the anti-black. This is a whole thing going on between non-black people that are literally saying some stuff surrounding Palestine, right? When you do that and you're anti-black, it is seen as performative for any protest. If you go to protest Palestine, you're seen as performative because you are just anti-black. You cannot do half and half of something. Social justice warriors don't they don't call out like social justice things and then turn around and start being anti-black. Because if that's the case, they're not a social justice warrior because they're not following the guidelines of social justice warriors, right? When you're a social justice warrior, you have to call everything out, and you can't actively be ableist, homophobic, transphobic, colorist, any of that, anti-black, nothing, because then it negates the cause you're fighting for. People are not going to see you as someone who should be fighting for this cause because you are anti-black. You're just going to be looked at as performative. Imagine if I was walking around being anti-black to people and in the same breath saying free Palestine. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And some of y'all have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. And if it's hard, it's because you have not learned or educated yourself enough. I don't know what to tell you. If it hurts you and you're like, huh? Like, of course, you are seen as performative because you can't be behind a whole movement that is for people of color. People forget Palestinians. There are lots, or if not some of Palestinians who are black or people of color. People forget that. And when you're being anti-black, it's negating what the cause that you are fighting for, because why are you fighting for people of color when you were just being anti-black, and black and people that are black are people, also people of color? It doesn't make sense. That's like putting a $5 bill in the machine when it says it only took 20s, but you still did it anyways. And then you want to say, well, you know, it took it. I knew it took 20s, but I wanted to put $5 because I thought maybe that would help anyways, even though it said it would took 20s, hoping that maybe it would work, and it never worked. It does not make sense because some of y'all literally. And here's the thing, those of y'all, and I'll put it this way, those of y'all who are saying Black Lives Matter and you are not black and you're being anti-black are very performative, because you can't sit here and say Black Lives Matter but then turn around and be anti-black. Then do you really care about Black Lives Matter? No, you don't really care about Black Lives Matter because you were sitting there being anti-black, and now all of a sudden Black Lives Matter? But did it matter when you were being anti-black? Did it? Did it matter when you were being racist? Because I don't think it did. You know why some people are sick of me? Because they hate hearing the truth. They don't like to hear it from someone they don't like. You know I'm right. You don't like to hear what I'm saying from me because it's me. If it was anybody else saying this, you wouldn't be saying, huh? You wouldn't be like, you would understand it. You would get it. It is just the simple fact that it's coming from someone that people don't like. Like this account that literally has the N-word and has probably been commenting that for a while and no one called that out. But we're all focused on what I'm saying. It just proves my point. Some of y'all. And I don't know how TikTok allows that, probably because they have all of that over the letters. That's the thing, people don't like what I have to say because, you know, what truth have I said? First of all, here's the thing. If you don't feel like it's the truth, it's because you don't like being called out. A lot of people don't like being called out on their behavior. The truth is if you feel some type of way, it's about you. You don't feel it's true because you're that person that puts yourself in the conversation when it is a generalized conversation for anybody. And if you feel a type of way, it's because it's about you. See, if it wasn't about you, you wouldn't feel you feel it's not truth because you're telling yourself, I'm not this person. But when you insert yourself, then people are going to look at you like, oh, you are, because you wouldn't have got that hot and heated over something that's not about you, right? If it's not about non-black people being performative or a performative activist or performative anything, it shouldn't really affect you. This conversation shouldn't be like, what truth? Because you're putting yourself into the equation. Like, if I was speaking as if it was you, and when you're seeing yourself like that, you can't see yourself as performative. But again, if it's not about you, it's not about you. You like, people don't have to respond to things. The truth of the matter is that you hate to hear it from people you don't like. If someone that you didn't like gave you advice that was really good, but you're kind of like agitated and aggravated at the fact that it was someone you didn't like, but it was really good advice, and you're like, they gave me really good advice, but I hate them so much. That's what it is.
$500 billion new dollars over 10 years.
That's what it is. You don't like me, so you hate hearing it from me. If it was other people, you wouldn't be saying, huh? You wouldn't be saying, what are you talking about? You wouldn't be asking these types of questions that you're being facetious, and you wouldn't get so mad. But because it's coming from me, that's why a lot of people don't like it. And again, it is seen as performative when you're anti-black. If you're fighting for other causes that involve people of color, what do you expect?
Nationwide. Oh, he will. You know, Mama and Tim will do everything they possibly can. That's why you got to elect the Senate and the House.
That's what it is. I'm performative? How am I performative? How? Because I call out people that don't like it? You know what's performative, Thomas? Is people telling me the only way they will ever donate to Gaza is if I donate first.
For me and Jill, we know Kamala does. Our people of character.
Is people telling me I have to donate first before they donate to Gaza. What does me have to do with anything? You know what's performative is someone telling me that I didn't share how much money I donate to Gaza. So because I don't show that I donate to Gaza, that I don't care about people in Gaza, which is utterly crazy, because I've been sharing posts and I've been sharing videos that I see on my Instagram, because I get videos saying, please stop, don't scroll, share my video, like, share, comment. I've been doing all three of that. And I've had people from Gaza reach out to me saying, thank you for sharing, while other people are living their lives as normal. A lot of my feed on my Insta stories of people that I follow don't really share much of anything anymore about Gaza. And those who do truly care, what's very performative is some of y'all not telling people that they need to do more for Gaza, and you're telling me to do more when I have been doing more. And when I post videos on my TikTok, it doesn't get pushed, or I get strikes and violations for sharing this stuff. I don't see anybody else risking their whole pages to post about Gaza. Now, do I? And people having the nerve to sit here and telling me because I don't show, because they have this social media mentality that we must show when we're helping people, because they saw these people literally give $100 to a homeless woman on TikTok, so now we have to be like that and show that we do things, because if not, then we don't care about people of Gaza because we don't donate and show how much money we donated. You don't have to share how much money you donate. You don't have to share at all if you gave to Gaza. If I literally donated, which I'm going to admit to you that I haven't, because there's a lot of stuff that I have needed to get plus pay bills. I'm sorry, I just can't afford to do it right now, but when I can, which next month I might be able to do so, I will. But it's none of anybody's business when I donate or if I donate. I don't have to come on the internet and show nobody nothing. What's performative is telling people what they need to do more of, and yet you're not doing more of nothing. It's the people that is, what's annoying me is the people telling me I need to do more and they're doing less. So they don't have to do more. I had a whole family reach out to me to help them get out of Gaza, and here these people are, why would they reach out to you? They wouldn't reach out to you because you're a horrible person. They don't care what happened in the past. They see someone with a large following, they're going to reach out because I'm pulling views and to help me push their story so they could get donations. And people have the nerve to say, we're not donating to them until you donate first. What kind of a crap is that to comment under a post where those people are seeing that? They're watching you. Literally tell them that to their face. They were actively responding, saying, yes, if you can't donate, please share a link, because I did say in my bio, if you guys can't donate, please share their link. They're reading this stuff. They're reading these horrible comments that you're leaving, telling them that you're not going to donate to them first until I donate. That is selfish. These people are hurting. They're losing their children. They're losing their grandmothers. They're losing their fathers. They're losing their families for no reason. And you sit here and tell them to their face because they're reading this stuff and you act like they can't read. We're not going to donate unless you do it first. And that's messed up. You're not going to help somebody because someone else has to do it first. That's hurtful.
As a part in the American story, for me and my family,
I watched little kids with no arms, no feet. Some of them have no legs.
There's one verse that stands out.
Living out of tents, being able to eat and feed themselves.
I'll just quote it. The work and prayers of centuries.
It is so bad.
To this day. What shall our legacy be?
And you have billionaires,
Let me know in my heart.
people with millions of dollars, not saying nothing or helping at all. And the frustrating part about it is I'm supposed to do more even though I am. That's crazy. And then to come on my page and be like, we're not donating because you have to donate first. And then Thomas here is like, you're so performative. Go look at that video of that family that I did from Gaza and read the comments. Why don't you go tell those people that have Palestinian flags in their bios to remove that, because it's very performative. You can't sit here and say free Palestine, but when someone is bringing awareness that you don't like, it's a problem. Put your dislike aside for me. It's not about me. I don't understand why people make that video about me when it was about that family receiving help. And you put me in it. And then you want to say, well, you make it about yourself, when I literally just asked for help for them to get out, to get their family out. And here you are putting yourself and making it about me and say, well, why would they ask you? Because you're a horrible... They don't care if I'm a horrible human being. They're trying to get away. They're trying to get out. They're going to lose their whole family. A whole school was... Not school, well, yeah, schools. But a whole hospital was bombed. Those people were trying to receive medical attention. And they couldn't. Trying to rescue bodies that were outside of the hospital that they couldn't even get to because they were being pew-pewed at while trying to save them, having their aid blocked so they don't have food resources, things that we have every day. I get so overwhelmed. I try the best that I can to help people. And it's so messed up that people have the nerve to sit here and tell me that I'm not doing enough because I can't donate. Even though they don't care if I could donate, as long as I share.
Also defending the entirety of his record.
And I feel so bad because they reached out to me, and the only impression they have is people being assholes, utter assholes, because they don't care. They care.
As we wrap up our
Hey.
start with you, Judy. Your reflections on what we heard from the president this evening.
An extraordinary moment in America's life.
Every day I have to see a poor child with no arms, no legs. They can't even get out of the situation that they're in. And yet people want to be so selfish and think of themselves. And then people like Thomas, who have no idea what I've been doing, literally sitting here, running his mouth about something he knows nothing about, when all these other people were being performative. I received nothing but someone telling me that I didn't show I donated, which I never said I donated, so I must not care. What about them? None of these people that always say you need to do this, you need to do more of this, have done nothing. They do absolutely less, while everybody else does more. They sit behind the lines expecting everybody else to do everything for them because they don't do nothing.
And even we also heard him say that he harbors no ill will.
It is so sad. I see things every day that I shouldn't have to see on my feed because it should end. There's no reason why people should be living and suffering like that. I do the best that I can with bringing awareness to that. And then I'm always talked down on. I don't care if you don't like me or not. Put me aside. That has nothing to do with me. Think of those people. Don't think of me. Think of doing it for those people. I hate when people think of me first before them. I'm not the one that's living in those conditions. It's not about me. And it's so frustrating. I try the best that I can. I'm just so overwhelmed because I don't know. It's just people being so performative, literally saying you either have to donate or you don't care. Like, we are struggling here in the United States. I'm struggling. If I had billions of dollars, if I was a billionaire, of course. You've got these rich billionaires, these millionaires that don't give no flying F's. Why don't you tell Jeff Bezos to do more? He ain't gonna do more. What about Mark Zuckerberg? Is he gonna do more? No, he's gonna suppress content on both Facebook and Instagram that literally push Gaza because he's gonna deem it too political. Did you know that? Oh, you can mark whether you don't want to see something that's political. You do that, it's going to remove things about Gaza off your page.
And I just think it's out of temper with the shifted culture that is happening.
Like, use your common sense.
So I rightfully think that
you don't ask these corporations and these people with large amounts of money to do more. Where's all the Taylor Swift? You need to do more. No, she's like so he over here dancing, having these concerts, right? And everyone's like, oh my gosh, she don't have to do nothing. Like, she don't have to say anything. What about Beyonce, huh? Oh, you just go to your Renaissance concerts. Well, people of Gaza don't even get to see Beyonce and go to a Renaissance concert, but you don't care because you have to see Beyonce herself, but she has never once posted about Gaza and she makes billions. And you spend your money on that. People will literally sell their houses to go see Beyonce, but you won't sell your house to go donate to people in Gaza, since you want me and other people to do more, specifically black women, but yet y'all will run to sell your house if it's Beyonce. That you will do.
Reviewing the highlights of the night.
And we'll have a full analysis of the convention and the day's other news on
Jesus.
News Hour. And we'll be back here tomorrow.
And I'm expected to do more.
Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama are expected to speak. And with that, I am Jeff Bennett.
And I'm off in the thoughts for all of us here at PBS.
It's not anybody's business what someone does. I shouldn't have to do more. Everyone else does less, and I'm so frustrated. I'm overwhelmed. I can't even take a break. I have to keep going and going and going. I can't stop. You know, if I want to take a break and be like, hey, if I feel like I take a break, then I'm not sharing enough about Gaza because I took a break for a day, and I need to keep posting because it needs to get pushed out there. I take a break, I lose out on money. It's just too much. It weighs on someone, especially when you see stuff like that on a daily basis. When you see stuff in other countries that are so traumatizing, little kids, little babies. I saw a dad literally holding up his dead baby and was crying. And yet, I still continue to post because it needs to be put out there. But you just make it about yourselves of like, you're not doing enough. What are you doing? Please enlighten us. Because clearly, you can't. I will never understand that. It just literally just infuriates me.
That is actually tradition. That's what we have.
You're watching NMPBS.
There is a lot more work to be done about freeing the people of Palestine than just expecting Kamala Harris to snap her fingers and just instantly end the war. Like if it's something that happens like that, it takes time. And how long has the U.S. been, having that deal with Iran? Or, for years. You can't just end something like that because at the snap of the finger, you expect things to be done like that. And that's why people are so frustrated, which they have a right to be frustrated at Kamala Harris, but they expect her to immediately do something like she holds all the power to just end something like that. That's not how it works. It takes time. And didn't she talk about working towards a ceasefire? What are we doing?
No airport queuing for men.
Would you rather have that, or would you rather have an orange man that is saying he's going to wipe out Gaza? That is crazy. That was crazy talk that he said. But I don't see people sitting here calling out the Republicans that are supporting Donald Trump. You ain't sitting there saying, why are you supporting this man that says he wants to wipe out Gaza? That's insane. That was an insane statement to make. And if you don't believe that, do your research, because he has said nothing but bigoted shit. I'm gonna say it. He's a bigoted piece of shit that sits here and has nothing to do but to sit in his mansion or go to his golf course and play golf, and has the nerve to call Kamala Harris a bitch? You're a little bitch. Why don't you tell people how you buried your wife under your golf course? Your ex-wife. That's the legacy that she was left with, is to be buried under your golf course? And yet you want to sit here and vote for a man that treats women like that? He didn't even care about his ex-wife. He didn't even care about her enough where he just said, I'm going to bury you under my golf course. That's all you're worth.
Revolutionised Queen Elizabeth's role. I calculated it. She's been around the world
42 times.
He
And that's
called
why it's
women
so miles.
pigs.
What did he say? Grab her by the what? Exactly. And this is something you don't go talk to these other people about, Thomas. Like, oh, why are you Republicans defending this guy who said he was going to wipe out Gaza? No, they're not performative.
The red carpet is looking perfect. They look
Project
perfect.
2025?
Feels important.
Why would we want Project 2025? Why should people be jailed for being homeless? Fix your goddamn country and maybe people won't be homeless. Why should they be treated like criminals when you got the biggest criminal running for president? 30 convictions and he's still able to run for president. And he wants to sit there and talk about how he wants to stop criminals from voting? Maybe we should stop criminals from running for president and you wouldn't be running for president. And it was like that post that I said, which I saw someone else posted. He's not running for president, he's running from prison. That's why he's running for president, to run from prison. Because if he's not going to become president, he's going to go to prison.
William, where all Kate's dresses had their own seed.
I hate when people come to my page and I have shit to say about me, but I do a lot.
Just to be squashed by everyone else's.
But you got Republicans being bigoted on this app. TikTok does nothing. Racism runs rampant. And you got the biggest bigot of them all running for president while being a convicted criminal, and his vice president fucks couches and literally rewrote his book and wrote that out of his book and was like, oh, that is not true. Yes, it was in his book. He literally admitted to fucking a couch and then tried to rewrite it as if no one would pick up the first edition of his book and see that he wrote that into his book, and then he wants to play it off like he didn't write that when he did. He openly admitted to that. And what did he say? Oh, he said he was a never Trump guy. You're a never Trump guy, but your running mate is Trump, who literally elected you to be vice president, to be his running mate, and Trump, and you didn't even like Trump. How do you, like, this is like an episode of The Twilight Zone. You couldn't make this up. Your running mate is a guy that never liked you. He's always talked about his hatred for Trump.
Depending on the occasion, the Queen's travelling entourage can run up to 34 people.
Like, that guy is running a shit show.
Is this juggernaut? It's a royal juggernaut.
The Prince of Wales, certainly when I was there,
his literal, when he sits up there and speaks, it makes no sense. I don't know, Republicans are so brain dead. They're fried. Their brain is fried. How do you listen to that man talk and ramble about nothing and make no sense? And this is the guy that you want to run the country, the guy you want to deal with foreign war.
The first head of state to fall under the
we're going to end up in World War III if that guy's in office. Not only that, we're going to end up like those people over there.
First in the world ever to have an aircraft.
Well, probably not, because all these countries love Trump. I don't know what it is about Trump, but all of these people, like, wasn't it Kim Jong-un? Didn't he meet with him once and he loved him? I don't know what it is. Yeah, I made chopped cheese. We made chopped cheese. It was pretty good.
But all this was just the beginning.
But it is just so annoying. Well, not annoying, but it just sucks. I don't know what it is about Trumpies and Trumpers and people that still support Trump. You see this guy is playing with his own shit, and you believe it. If he told you that he met an alien prince, you would believe that too. This was the same guy when he was running, when he was not running for president, when he was president, that didn't do anything for COVID and told people to inject bleach into their skin, and that would literally cure COVID.
Was an indulgence for the king.
Do you know what type of a fried brain you have to believe if you inject bleach into your skin that literally it kills COVID? Yes, he did say that on live national TV. He told people to inject themselves with bleach. You literally sound just as stupid as Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan is the stupidest person ever. You, like his fame,
of transportation.
After he stopped hosting Fear Factor, he went downhill. No, I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I don't care about his podcast. I don't want to have to hear a man talk about something stupid things. Once you told people to take horse medicine to cure COVID, and you caught COVID, you took the medicine that you were literally telling people to take to cure COVID, and you ended up catching COVID. Make that make sense. This whole country is a joke, and it's being run by joke politicians that literally think that everything's a joke. Put a dunce hat on Donald Trump's head and have him walk around looking stupid. What's this? Like, you can't even dance for shit, sir. No one cares about your stupid little happy dance.
There was a problem with the rear guns.
Oh, and you want to see the most funniest video you've ever seen in your life? Go to YouTube and look up during COVID when he was throwing toilet paper to people that needed it. When he was during COVID. That's the funniest thing ever. On top of that, here's the thing. Trump needs to step down. He's too old. He forgets things. He's having health problems, and you still have this man running for presidency, even though he's the oldest president running for presidency. Where's the Republicans now? When they were saying, oh, Joe's too old to run for president. Joe needs to step down. Okay, Joe Biden stepped down. Now the oldest running president is Donald Trump. Why aren't you saying anything now? Why aren't you saying anything about your Lord and Savior, your cult leader Trump? Because Republicans are a cult. This girl from a whole other country that's not even from the United States got Trump tattooed across her forehead. And yet these people want to say it's not a cult? And she's not even from here.
Airlines had upped the ante on their technology.
I swallowed hard. But anyways, it is so crazy to me. Where are you Republicans now that should be having Trump step down because of his health problems? He can't remember if his wife's there half of the time. He forgets what he says most of the time. He rambles on and doesn't even remember the next day from the next day. And had the nerve to call Kamala a bitch? You called that woman outside of her name because you know she would destroy you in a debate. Like she said. You said, Kamala Harris, everything she touched, she destroys. And Kamala Harris, what did she tell you? Yeah, that's why you won't debate me. You know Kamala Harris would destroy you.
Including the heir to the throne. Safe enough for them, it's safe enough for everybody.
Trump didn't do nothing when he was in office.
Elizabeth, her mother,
a lot of factories shut down. The economy was low, so bad. Everything under Trump's office was horrible. And these Republicans want to sit here and say, oh, he did a lot for us. He didn't do anything for anybody. Everything was the lowest it has been since he was in office. And people want to blame Joe Biden, but it doesn't happen because when Joe Biden gets right back into office, everything's screwed up from Trump. And not only that, it takes time to fix and rebuild what Trump fucked up.
The comet changed all that, revolutionized air travel.
He's the one who screwed it up for the next president to have to come clean up his mess. All I know is
our manufacturing was the best.
we better not get 2025 because nobody should be criminalized for being homeless.
It had a galley that could serve hot food.
If Trump would have done something, he would have been reelected.
Exactly.
He wasn't reelected.
It was luxury in the sky. It was fast,
It's a shame.
it was luxurious, it was comfortable, above all it was smooth. It really
I don't normally talk about politics, but it just pisses me off.
Suddenly being up in a plane was
All
starting
these
to
people
enjoy
don't
it.
really care. It's just a lot of Republicans are so brain dead. Oh, what did they have to say about that Pew Pewer? Nothing. You know why? Because he was a Republican. But was you gonna say something if he was a Democrat?
It was dramatically short-lived.
And then you have people sitting here being like, why are y'all being so rude towards the guy that lost his life at the Trump rally? Y'all need to have respect for him. You're so rude saying that you don't care that he got unalived at a Trump rally. Did he care when he was tweeting about people in Gaza saying that he hopes more people get unalived or something like that? Literally talking about the people of Gaza. Did he care then when he was saying that disgusting ish on Twitter? He didn't care then when he was saying stuff about people of Gaza. Why should we care about him? Saying that they deserved it or something. Oh, he said they need to get over it. Like the people got over it in Japan when they were bombed.
The British aviation industry was
Just like when Trump, his disrespectful ASS, went and told people of a certain mass shooting, they need to get over that.
in 1952.
But yet, people want us to feel sorry that Trump got grazed in the ear, not by a bullet, but by glass. People seem to forget that he was not grazed in the ear by a bullet. It was confirmed because there was pieces of fragments of glass that he was grazed by glass and not by a bullet. That they want us to feel sorry for the man that told families to get over a mass shooting.
It was in Kenya at the Royal Hunting Lodge
That's crazy.
that the news of the king's death reached his daughter.
And we're supposed to feel sorry for those people that don't feel sorry for people that have went through something like that. Imagine me sitting here saying that to people.
In modern history to not be in her country.
But this is what Republicans want, running for their country.
Elizabeth had arrived in Kenya a princess. Just 6 days later, she would be flying back.
A donkey with a toupee.
But when she landed, the assembled dignitaries, including the Prime Minister Winston Churchill, would have to wait.
I think they're talking about the royal family because I saw what's their name?
So she wasn't suitably attired to leave the aircraft.
Oh, there was something I am going to talk about. We're going to steer away from politics and talk about something lighthearted or something that I found. So there's this YouTuber that I watch, right? And he films around like California, like famous places. He talks about famous people. There's this website that he had said, and I'm probably gonna go there and look. You could send in like photos. You know how when you go to Comic-Con and you buy those photos that you have celebrities sign? They're like prints, photo prints, and you have them sign.
The plane has made Elizabeth
Hey Marina.
traveled monarch in history.
Anyways, what you do is you send in these like photo prints, and basically some of the celebrities will have you pay, but you could send it in anyways and see if they'll sign it. If not, oh well. You can try. Some of them are nice. You write a letter to a celebrity that you want to send it into. They send it back and they sign it. And actually,
it was the birth of package holidays
and actually the
Atlantic and Ryanair first took to the skies.
Sorry. And actually, these celebrities sent you back a signed photo. So, you send in this photo of a celebrity. You can send in a bunch. And what they do is some of them say, well, you have to pay, and if you want to pay, you can.
Setup and configuration as the Queen's flight aircraft, but nonetheless a 146.
For Air Steward Dave. For Air Steward Dave.
Configuration as the Queen's flight aircraft, but nonetheless a 146.
For Air Steward Dave Wright. For Air Steward Dave Wright.
I think one of the samples, which I don't know if he's on there, but I know they have him as a sample on there, is John Cena. There's a lot of people. And for those of you who came late, we did cook. We made chopped cheese. Here's my plate all empty. But yeah, we ate and made chopped cheese. I'm not a Republican, but okay. But anyways, we're not gonna go back on the politics topic. But yeah, you look up. It goes in alphabetical order. So you go to the celebrity by like alphabetical order. You find who you want, and they might not sign it. I don't know. I believe if you pay, yeah, because you paid. But it's really cool. Like I was gonna go on there and see, cause I'm like, ooh, I could get signatures. They're real authenticated signatures. Now, you don't get the like.
He would call me Bob, and I would
signature of authenticity. I don't know if it comes with that, because I know he just got the signed signatures, but he says they are legitimate signatures. So if you do want to get them graded, you can send them in to get it graded to wherever you send in to get graded, because there's multiples. But you know, I don't know why people keep doing that. I don't condone doxing, so please do not share anyone's phone number. You will get blocked. I don't condone doxing. I didn't say I was Republican. I just literally went on a whole rant about how I hate Trump.
The household member of staff would be seen taking the dogs to the grass and pleading with the dogs to please do their business before they went on board the aeroplane. And I'm delighted to say we never had one accident.
The Royal Family.
We're a nation that loves to fly, with up to 9,000 planes taking to the skies from the UK every day. But if one of those planes happens to be carrying a member of the British royalty, then it will be operating with a set of protocols quite unlike any other flight in the world.
That's interesting.
From the rituals and customs that are expected.
Come on, guys.
There's obvious things. You don't speak to the Queen until you're spoken to. You don't touch the Queen.
But yeah, I'm gonna look up some air frying recipes. Some recipes for the air fryer. We're gonna have to cook a recipe. So that'll be our next thing, I think. We'll be cooking in the air fryer a recipe.
This is not the only protocol that anticipates a bumpy ride ahead.
I did cook. We made chopped cheese.
And Prince Charles.
It's you get hamburger meat, you flatten it. You add all-purpose seasonings. We used I forget the seasoning I used. Blackstone, I believe it is, all-purpose seasoning. Then you let that cook. You chop it up. So you let it brown. And you chop it up, let it brown, and then you put sliced cheese, American cheese or whatever cheese you use, sliced cheese on top. We use 6 slices of cheese. You mix the cheese up, like you chop it up together because it's chopped cheese. If you like onions, or if everyone you're making this for likes onions, you can cook the onions with it. We cooked it separately because not everyone likes onions. I can eat cooked onions, that's fine. Caramelize or saute your onions with the seasoning. Add more seasoning on your onions, even if you're cooking it with the meat. Cook it together, mix the onions together. Then, tomatoes, lettuce, whatever you use. Tomatoes, lettuce. I don't use mayonnaise, so I just put ketchup, but he put ketchup, mayonnaise, tomatoes, lettuce, and that's it. And basically, that's chopped cheese. So yeah, I already cooked. I made chopped cheese. We're done cooking, guys. We're not cooking.
The royals don't always want to be passengers.
Since I came on early, which is great, I can get off early. Because I'm pretty tired and pretty full.
The Duke of Edinburgh learned to fly back in 1952.
I say it funny.
For very, very many years.
An autograph photo. I don't do autograph photos. I don't have any. Plus, I can't send photos in. Well, I did eat a sandwich, but I kind of feel a little slight heartburn. Probably because of that seasoning. It has chili peppers, and because I'm heartburn prone, also I just had onions.
So when they go up in the air,
and I think onions cause heartburn, right?
They're literally spreading their wings.
I forgot. I don't have the like Tums or whatever it is that you take before heartburn. I forget. I need to get that. Next month I'm gonna have to get Tums, Pepto-Bismol. I'm gonna need that. Advil. We need more Advil.
Prince William, Flight Lieutenant Wales.
I remember, I kind of get a little sound. My friend, when she was alive, she always used to carry around her bag of medicine, and if you needed Advil, here, she always had Advil.
Popular member of the crew.
I'm told people around East Anglia were trying to...
But anyways, we're waiting on all this stuff to come in. I'm excited because my mom's hearing aids are coming in. They just shipped, so they should be coming in. The makeup collection. What else? The ice maker we really needed that because, you know, I have to put the sodas in the freezer to wait to let it get cool because I drink the cream soda, and cream soda is better when it's cold, so I always have to wait until it gets cold. I won't have to. I could just put it straight into the ice. What else is coming? My cup, the ice maker, the makeup kit, the hearing aids. I feel like I'm missing something else, but I don't think so.
It was when Charles took over the controls that disaster struck.
The Prince of Wales had a narrow escape when a jet he was piloting burst a tyre as it landed and slid off the runway.
Unfortunately, Prince Charles was involved in an accident with a Royal Flight BAE 146 aircraft.
Oh no. Prince Charles is starting to hurt because of the heartburn. Hello, Annie.
The royal plane dramatically overshot the runway at Ireland in the Hebrides.
Hello, Amelia. Is that how you say it? I hope I'm not saying anything bad, please.
But what we didn't realise was the main news was...
I'm not a registered Republican. If you do your research and look it up, it says I'm Democrat.
It was a very unfortunate incident. The damage was well in excess of £1 million. But then,
research.
To be fair, any aircraft accident is always expensive.
Although no one was hurt, as the Royal Flight captain on board, Graham Laurie took full responsibility.
With hindsight, of course, which is a wonderful thing, I should have got him to overshoot and make another approach. But I actually told him to land, so he did exactly what he was told to do.
A year after the crash, Charles gave up his license to fly for good. But the Prince of Wales' skill as a pilot isn't the only
Princess Diana.
Face whenever they're on the
One of my grandma's relatives had a Princess Diana doll. One of those that was really expensive, and it was like, you know, limited edition. Every time I went over, I loved that doll. I always wanted it because I collected porcelain dolls. And it was a porcelain Princess Diana doll. Every time I saw it, I loved it and I wanted it, but she would have not gave it to me. That lady was rich.
The reality is that
well, kind of. She was rich. She had a nice house, a nice car.
Before even comfort or reliability.
But yeah, she had that. Because my grandma used to buy me porcelain dolls. I used to collect porcelain dolls, and then
once the cabin doors were closed, flying offered a brief moment.
I'm one of those people that's a doll collector. I know some people don't like dolls. It kind of creeps them out. Porcelain dolls are fine, unless, you know, like, I'm not even afraid of, like, some people are afraid of those babies that have blinking eyeballs. You know, like the eyelids, those babies.
She loves afternoon tea. It's her favourite meal. and she only drinks.
It's getting annoying, and that person is getting blocked because I said don't dox people. I don't condone it.
That you had an entire supply of Earl Grey, not just in the plane journey, but wherever you were going on tour. She particularly likes egg and cress sandwiches, cut in particular ways.
I got bit by a mosquito.
She always likes to start with
and you see I'm itching. I'm scratching it. I need to put my lotion on, my coconut lotion someone gave me, Dr. Teal's. I really like that lotion.
To help keep the royal body clock in sync.
Barley sugar, actually. Apparently she says that she thinks that it can help with
yes, I did brush my teeth. I have to brush them again when I go to sleep.
The on-flight team knew the best way to help our sovereigns unwind after a long day of taxing public engagements.
The Queen invariably would have a Gibonnet for a drink.
There's apocryphal stories that Charles likes to take a pre-shaken martini with him in a special shaker that a valet can, pour for him when he clicks his fingers.
He offered me one once, but he insisted, and you don't say no to the Prince of Wales.
But at least I have all my vaccinations, so if I get something from a mosquito, it might be something that is we don't know. Like, what, like when COVID happened and they didn't know what COVID was until they started calling it COVID, you know what I mean? Something like that. Where it's like, what is this? We don't know what it is. Something like get bit by a mosquito, at least I'm good. Because some people that get bit by mosquitoes, they get I don't know. I was gonna say hantavirus, but I think that's only mice. West Nile virus. That's what it is. West Nile virus is transmitted through mosquitoes. There's some mouse that people, if they get bit by mosquitoes, it's deadly.
The key for the dutiful onboard team.
Educational purposes, but yeah. That's why you have to be careful when getting bit by a mosquito.
Whenever we were flying, we never used the PA, the tannoy.
Malaria, I think malaria is passed through mosquitoes too. But there's like mosquitoes carry a lot of stuff because obviously they're going from one person to another because they suck blood. They're blood suckers. That's why. And also when you get bit by a mosquito, there's always like they leave their stinger in there or something. That's why it's super itchy.
One particular overseas tour,
because that's still in there and it makes it super itchy.
And we were in Brazil to visit.
Yeah, they leave like a little stinger or something in you, and that's what causes it to be super itchy.
And
mine don't because I scratch at them and I need to put my lotion on there.
So I had said, but
yeah, and I got bit by mosquitoes. I know it's mosquitoes. Here, I didn't get bit. I got bit like up here on my arm somewhere, like right here or something.
Very rapidly.
I don't remember where.
We were heading.
I think it's on the other back side of my arm, like right here.
Rotten with a capital R and every other letter is capital. It was chucking it down with rain.
I'm trying to find it.
Was so bad you could hardly see.
I don't think I can find it.
We just dropped.
Something, maybe it's here
Bob and his team
or on this arm.
The royal flight back in one piece.
I know I got bit really badly.
Passengers.
And this is the actual card that I completed.
Yeah, no, it's not dead bugs. It's mosquitoes.
The bad weather, and then Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, she sent it back to me with the little comment that you can see right down at the bottom there. She had just written B.S, which was indicative of Her Royal Highness and her sense of humour.
It's coming up now. The Princess of Wales and the Prince of Wales climb aboard the Andover of the Queen's flight.
From the engineers up to the pilots, the Princess of Wales was hugely popular with the team behind the Queen's flight. Joining the royal family when aviation was in its heyday, she quickly became one of the flight's most frequent flyers, adding some much-needed glamour on every royal journey she took.
It's a 10-day tour which promises to be one of the busiest ever for the Prince.
I don't know what she ever saw in Prince Charles.
So on the 31st of August 1997, no one was prepared when a distressing emergency broadcast hit the headlines.
just to confirm the news that Diana, Princess of Wales, has died in a car accident in Paris, which also killed her companion, but only fired.
It was a shock. I mean, I'd flown her over 200 times and, she was a regular passenger.
Graham Laurie was the pilot on duty the morning of her fatal accident. It was his job to fly Prince Charles out to France to collect her body.
If anyone had to do the trip, I was glad I was able to do it. We were using the French Air Force base at Villa Coublay, just on the outskirts of Paris. Everyone involved was being so helpful. They would say, please pass on our condolences to the Prince of Wales.
Across the country, a shell-shocked public...
Yeah, I did. We made chopped cheese.
To comprehend the tragic news.
So it was with a reluctance, a struggle, and a sense of helplessness that yesterday...
So I don't think this one has much of like audio, like music, because it might be the background, like the DNC background. But if it's not, if this is recorded, right, because all my live streams are screen recorded, I'll share this one to my YouTube. So any cooking live streams or any of that don't really have music in the background, I can edit it too, which I have a lot of videos saved. And I've noticed that I get notifications saying that my video was blocked because it has copyright music in it.
When we landed at Aberdeen,
so I don't know, I'm gonna have to edit those out, and it's gonna be hard because I play music throughout the whole live. But when it comes to the cooking live streams, I could just repost it and you guys can go and watch it. It's on my backup. It'll be on my backup YouTube, not my main. Which I think it's Tophiachu backup. I'm gonna have to see what it is, and then you guys could go subscribe, and then I could share all of my live streams that are screen recorded that I can share, and the cooking live streams, the makeup live streams, all of that will be shared to my page.
But flying fixed wing is not a royal's only option.
I did all the cooking.
Also partial to a trip.
You can see that.
In fact, having had their own from the late 1950s,
my mom said she wanted to cut the tomatoes, so I said okay. I cooked the onions, I cooked the meat, I toasted the bread.
The very early users of helicopters, while they were staying up in Balmoral, the mail could be...
I'm gonna go to sleep so I can wake up tomorrow and use my air fryer and make my pizza. I'm gonna air fry my pizza, or maybe chicken wings, because I think we still have barbecue wings.
Princess Diana was an early,
or maybe I could air fry my sandwich, my breakfast sandwich. There's so many possibilities. It's endless. All-purpose seasoning. It's Blackstone all-purpose seasoning. Actually, let me get it so I can show you guys.
One of the first helicopters used regularly by the family now resides in London's RAF Museum.
There's an old girl, exactly as I remember her 33 years ago.
Barry Kelly spent many years serving as an engineer across all aircrafts in the Queen's flight, but he always had a soft spot for the specially fitted Royal helicopters.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Royal Essex has none of this. There's lots of whirring and noises and hydraulic oil dripping on everybody. It's not a very pleasant place to be, but these aircraft, they're soundproof. They've got
back
carpets,
of my shoulder
they've got veneer on the walls, and it's really quite comfortable.
Okay.
Despite the luxury,
Blackstone all-purpose seasoning.
Once they had departed, Barry had to shed his role of engineer.
This is the seasoning we used. It has chili pepper.
You'd have cups and saucers and crystal glasses and
salt, spices including chili pepper, brown sugar, dehydrated garlic, onion,
so literally
monosodium,
make a cup of tea, close it all back up again.
Glutamate, paprika,
about 90 miles an hour.
extractives of paprika, color, for the color.
On one instance,
natural hickory smoke flavor, and more than 2%
could you have an egg sandwich?
tricalcium phosphate added to prevent caking.
The paper was all over the desk, and he said, "Put it on the end."
So,
I said,
yeah.
"Well, it's going to fall off." He said, "Yes, put it on the end." Okay, sir. And sat back down.
Sorry,
and just
guys,
watched
hold
it
on.
flop on the floor. His Royal Highness went. He said, "Have you got another one?" I said, "Of course I have, sir." He gave another one and put it in the middle of the table this time. It's hilarious. It was my duty to open the cabin door, climb out, extend this handle, and that handle, lower the step for the passenger to leave the aircraft, and basically perform the protocol and salute the passenger once they got off the aircraft.
Lavish helicopters like the Wessex are no longer in royal service, but the monarchy still depend on the speedy chopper to get them from A to B.
To do short journeys, the helicopter is a far more effective tool. And will
I already
get people to
cooked.
places
I made
much
chopped
quicker
cheese.
and much more comfortably.
So guys, I'm gonna get off. Yeah, I'm gonna clean my plate, get off, and get some sleep. Put some lotion on these. Maybe they'll
After a
stop.
government investigation into the
But
costs
yeah,
of maintaining
I have
the
to. I'm
private
tired.
airforce. In 1995, the Queen's flight
But yeah,
to
I'll come
was
back live
suspended.
tomorrow because people, and it's not only because people are saying, "What are you cooking? What are you cooking?" Because obviously it's a cooking live. But we just finished cooking, so yeah, I'm just gonna get off and get some rest. But have a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you guys later. But yeah, I have stuff I have to like go do. But I'm gonna get off. Okay, guys. Bye guys, see you later. Thank you for liking, thank you for gifting, thank you for commenting, and if you subscribe, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching, thank you for sharing. I will see you guys later, okay? Bye guys, good night.